Hassan Whiteside.
What's that?
Nah, he's a basketball player, but it's wordplay.
Yeah, so it was like I was trying to look up the history because a lot of things have changed in the music industry, even from things like how do they calculate when you have the number one stuff like on number one records and all this stuff. Now like they didn't have streams back in the day, like it was actually
No
like
shit. There was no internet back in the
yeah,
day.
but it was actually
Word.
so it's like how do you determine? Obviously now they're gonna have a lot more streams than people buying CDs
I have my
because
fucking glasses on and shit. Sorry.
I mean, but is it true? Like you're obviously gonna get more listens because it's easier to access. Before you had to go to like
The fucking record store.
yeah, what was this?
Somewhat.
A fucking record
Yeah, so
store.
like how do they determine that? Where like
FYE,
or-
Sam Goody, Goody
Yeah.
got it.
The Wiz.
Oh, nah,
nobody beats
on the
the
beat
Wiz.
in Jersey City.
Or like do they take that into consideration when they do the stats?
What do you mean?
Like let's say I have the number one song in 2021
Okay.
versus having the number one song in 1990.
No, they don't compare them.
Yeah, it's a different era.
It's a different era. It's a different way of counting.
Yeah, and you have albums and tapes.
But like
back
when they
then.
say something like, "Oh, this one broke like the records."
This is what I'm saying. Like
Do you
the,
think
the benchmarks and the goals were different back then.
Mm-hmm.
You had to.
that's what I'm
So
saying?
we
They
knew-
adjust them.
We knew 5,000. I think it's 500,000 records was gold.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
1 million was platinum,
Mm-hmm. And 10 million was diamond.
diamond. But how the fuck do you measure that shit now?
But that's what I want to
now-
know.
But now it goes by streams and.
Mhm.
And
if you listen
singles
to,
and
you
shit.
if you listen to the Button podcast, they be going on rants about this shit all the time.
Yeah, that's why I was looking. I
So
was
it's
looking it
like-
up.
I don't know how many fucking streams it's for a penny.
Yeah,
I think it's like fucking like 1,500 or 15,000 streams is a penny or some shit.
yeah. There was just
It's some wild
yeah,
shit.
based on royalties and stuff. I was like, I think that's actually where it starts because then it's like, how is this number one? This is trash.
Listen, like right now, man, they still trying to figure all that shit out in the music industry, in the artists and all that shit. 'Cause
Well,
they I don't think they have the complete understanding of how that system is working.
yeah, well,
Right.
like I'm reading this thing here, and it talks about how there's more recent development with like internet radio, streaming, and Pandora, Spotify, and it says they can either do ad-based or paid subscription, which we know.
Mhm.
And then what happens is that's not even the solution because even the artists and the labels they have to weigh the pay structures, and even still they're paid.
Yeah, you're not getting a lot of the pie on that.
Right.
Nope.
You have a middleman when you're using a stream service.
Yeah.
But you never got a lot of the pie.
Unless
from-
you're
from-
Jay-Z and you
No,
buy a
no,
whole
no,
title station.
Unless you're an independent artist.
Yes, independent.
or
and
isn't that
all-
why Jay-Z did what he did with Title?
No,
No.
no.
Oh, no.
Like
Jay-Z
use
Jay-Z
Tech
was
Nine as an
independent a long
example.
time ago.
Who?
Tech Nine
Okay.
owns.
Educate us. Who's that? I don't know.
Oh, I know who Tech Nine is.
Nah, Tech Nine has been in the
Yo,
game a
dumb
long
ass.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's very different, but his entrepreneur mind and
Mm-hmm.
mindset was years ahead
Mhm.
of what people are doing now. So he has his own record label, his own warehouse with his merch, like, and his fans are very loyal,
How
and
do you
he's
spell that?
getting most of his
Tech. Or what is it?
he's getting most of the money on that. I
trying
don't know who Tech Nine is. Google him
T-E-K. I just
later.
want to spell it right.
TECHN number 9 NE.
I wouldn't know. All right. For the people and me. Okay. Cool.
So the thing about him is that because he was fucked over by a record label,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, I'm gonna cut out the middleman and just create
Word.
my own lane and put my peoples on.
Right.
And his major money and all artists are like this. You make the most money off of touring.
Yep.
Yes, and it actually
And,
said
and
that's why they're doing
he's
that
a
more.
hustler, bro.
Mm.
He does touring all the time, and he's a great live performer.
Mm-hmm.
Like to the point where he even writes his rhymes like for a live performance, so he knows when to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like schooling the younger guys, like, you guys rap in a way where you can't even perform it live, and you sound like shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of them.
And no, but I'm saying like they won't listen to the OGs, and they won't they're like, whatever, yo.
It's also
Yeah.
stage presence and stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, half the time these guys are like zombies on stage, just like,
or they're bouncing back and forth, doing stupid shit like.
Because they are Percocet.
Or they'll they'll run around back and forth on the stage, and out of and they can't.
With their pants too tight and halfway down, up they almost to their ankles.
I mean, that ain't the new. There was older dudes that used to dress like that too. So I'm not gonna talk shit on how they dress, but as far as the music's trash. They don't put the time to develop the craft.
They don't.
You know what I mean?
And it shows.
It shows.
And when lyrics started not to matter anymore.
What happened? What year do you think that? Like, you think? I think it was like that after like that. I
would say like the mid 2000s.
08, 09, yeah, right around there. Like once we got to high school, some things
earlier
was like,
than that. Like
I remember
06 maybe.
Yeah.
You know what song I fucking hated? And to me, I'm not saying this is when it started declining, but to me, what was that fucking Party Like a Rock Star shit?
Yeah.
Oh.
That from then on, I felt like everything started shifting.
What was that?
No, and they tried to because there's been an infiltration.
2007.
Yeah, I guess.
That's it. Yeah, 2007. That's about right. That's about what you said.
But and not only that, like another song that's related to that is like the Laffy Taffy song.
Yeah, that's dumb shit.
All that dumb shit, the Soulja Boy bullshit when he came out.
I hated Soulja Boy.
Do you think it because they were based more on like the beat and what it sounded like, not the words?
The young kids, like when I speak to them, that's what they're attracted to.
A beat.
Yeah, like
they just want the beat.
I remember. So that was when I was working at Persian. There was this dude that came in there. He was only working with us for about a month and a half or so. I forgot the motherfucking name. That's how relevant he was. But he was a younger dude, and he was talking about a song. I'm like, yo, that shit is trash. He goes, yeah, but he said, yeah, but the beat is hard. And I'm like,
no sense.
What?
What are those guys called? Migos? Is that them? That they
Migos?
Yeah,
they just put it today.
But a lot of people copy their style though, their flow.
And that's another thing about the new generation of hip hop. When I grew up, what I grew up on, 80s, 90s, you know what I mean? You couldn't bite music.
That was a major violation.
Major violation. You get fucked up for that.
Yeah, and you would be like blacklisted.
Word,
like
we ain't fucking with you.
We ain't fucking with you. We ain't listening to
you a biter,
nothing.
You know what I mean? Nah.
Originality, bro.
Now, like yo, if you flowed similar to someone, you was fucking done.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like, oh, he sound like such and such.
Right.
So he not original. So we ain't gonna he not gonna get the credit. We're gonna get the credit to who he sound like.
Right.
Because he was the originator of that flow.
Exactly.
So now it's like these young dudes, they see what makes money.
Right.
What is popular, what gets sales, what gets plays, what gets views and streams, and then they try to duplicate it.
Yeah.
So it's like, the bad part is it's like when you copy something, right? You go to the copy machine, you copy a piece of paper, that copy is gonna come out, all right. But as you keep copying, that's just gonna get trash.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what we got to in hip hop.
Yeah.
We're at the trash level.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right
now,
there in the cut.
But I'll say this. We're on the trash level of hip hop on the radio and on the airwaves.
Right.
And the popular. But for the last, I'm gonna say 2-3 years, if you're a real hip hop head, there's real hip hop.
We were just listening to
but
some
it
stuff.
always resided in the underground.
Yeah. But it's not even, I want to say it's underground. It's just like these motherfuckers ain't listening because Royce 5'9".
Oh no, but
you know what I'm saying?
This guy's been out for like 20 years.
Cool.
Plus, like Royce.
No. I'm just saying the music. I'm not saying the dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying there's good music out there. Like the younger dudes, they're putting out this trash music, but that's what these young kids are listening to. I think it's trash. I can't do all that bullshit. I can't do it. I can't. I need some boom bap. That's what I grew up on. I need some bass. I need something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't do that shit that sound like everything else. But
give me some substance. What are you saying? Like,
and that's another thing.
Yeah, give me some substance.
Yo, I'm not a rapper.
You're a poet.
Well, in high school, I used to write. Me and my boy Gil used to write back and forth. We used to battle and shit. And from there, I started flipping and I started doing poetry. Right? and I kind of like just went off in that direction. I got into the whole deaf poetry jam kind of thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
That's an
slam,
artist though.
like slam and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I found that to be really dope. So
It is.
I kind of like gravitated towards that way. But yo, I'm about lyrics.
Because you're an artist. That's the thing. They're not artists now. There's not
the origin is hip hop is to have a message.
right.
Yeah.
It was the message.
And taking it back to do a quick history lesson, in the mid to late 70s, Black and Puerto Rican peoples in the Bronx
Yep.
having parties,
So it started.
you know, DJing, you know, the elements of hip hop with DJing, graffiti writing,
Yep.
b-boying,
Yeah.
and MCing. Now, I see people from other countries staying more true to the origins than people in the
Speak on
fucking
it.
country that birthed the motherfucker.
That's true.
Bruh, you go to England and the hip hop scene in England is ridiculous.
Dope. Germany, yo, you
Ridiculous.
remember the
Germany.
dude that when we saw Ghostface?
Israel.
Yeah,
Israel have dope hip hop.
Oh,
dope
France
hip-hop.
too. France.
all over,
Europe.
really.
Yo,
Europe.
France goes hard. My boss be having me listening to like
Oh,
this
I know what you're
French.
talking about.
Yeah,
I know you're talking about the chubby dude, right?
Yeah.
That when we went to the Ghostface concert, he was out there.
but how much did he know though? Like he was on it.
Yo, you would have thought this dude like a rap historian or hip hop historian. Like
He was like, yo, you know, you heard the new Ghostface that dropped today, and
yeah, and
Rebel Lioness.
and me as a Wu fan, as a
Hardcore.
die hard Wu head, I'm like, nah, I ain't even hear that yet.
Yeah,
I knew it dropped, but I didn't hear it yet. He heard it. He was on it. Like, and this dude was from England. Like,
and the thing is that the other cultures, I guess, they fell in love with the messages because
Yes.
it was a way to speak out against the
Politicking and all
the
this
shit that was going on in your neighborhood,
Right.
the injustices that was happening, or just the shit that you saw.
yeah.
That's why the message
Mm-hmm.
was the first song that really changed the game from partying.
Mm-hmm.
Who does that? Which one's that one? Who's that?
Go ahead, look it up.
By who? Nas? Oh, duh. You
No,
love
it's
Nas.
not. It's not Nas.
It's not Nas. No.
This song came out in
70s.
1980.
1980.
Because everybody's all like,
Love is the message?
no.
Let's try this. I'm going to Google it. Grandmaster Flash?
Yes.
I found it. It released in July 1st, 1982.
Yo, you are such a
Well, it was actually before that, but
That's to say
yes.
it was recorded earlier, but that's when it was released.
What it matters is when it was played. So they on the mixtapes and the DJs in New York City, that shit was bumping like a year or two before.
I get it. I see you now. I looked it up.
Because
look it up.
that was the turning point from party records to now we're gonna speak on what's going on in our hood.
Right.
And for a good 2 decades, that's what it was. And then we fucking slid down this fucking slide of bullshit.
Do you think with that slide? Sorry, with
That's
that
still my beer and shit.
with the slide, like
Hands.
I'm not like I'm a person like I listen to all types of music, and I still see that same type of trend. Like there's times when it's been like when it came out, it was like this, and I went here, then somebody was like, hold up, let's bring it back, so it's had its things. So like I said, I did a little research because I'm not the biggest hip hop historian.
It's okay.
But I know because like my dad and my uncles, I just wasn't,
Dad and uncles always.
But I was reading just to see how that timeline goes, and yes, it has that, like you said, the socioeconomic stuff, and then it goes to another stage, like the police brutality, all that stuff.
Yep.
Then it starts talking about when the women came into the game, and that was another turning point. Which I wanted to ask you regarding the women in the industry, because, and I'm thinking about this now, like we had people, Little Kim, Foxy, MC Light, all of them, and I remember them. And that was like a empowering thing. It's like these women, they're like, you're not gonna, we have something to say too. But then we have, and not to knock anybody, but now we have Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, and not to knock nobody. But I do notice that there is a difference, but I think it's and I can't exactly say, but they're like, oh, they're saying this, but they were saying the same things back in the day. What exactly is that difference? Is it the substance of what they're saying? Like, I mean, because Little Kim was saying some wild shit.
Yeah, but
See,
all right, little, all right.
I love her. I love Little Kim.
Okay,
I love
but
her.
can I answer?
Yes. Sorry, I'm
You
not being
asked the
defensive.
question and you won't let me
Yes,
answer.
yes. Go.
Thank you. For me,
Right.
yes, Meg Thee Stallion, and they talk that raunchy shit. But personally, what I feel, Little Kim spoke the raunchy shit, but she did it from like a fucking gangster perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Like-
on, right there.
Let me finish. Meg, Cardi, they talk that raunchy shit, but they talk it from a fuck girl perspective.
Right.
How do you determine that though?
Because Little Kim was like, "Yo, I'm gonna fuck you, I'm gonna rob you, I'll shoot you." Like
Yeah, Lil Kim is the MC.
Right.
She was
She's the MC first.
Yes. If you didn't know, Little Kim wanted to rap like on some hard shit.
No, I know that.
No. But Biggie was like, no. We're gonna use sex appeal. And
Right.
Biggie was like, no, this is what you're gonna do. Biggie put her in that direction. That ain't what Lil Kim wanted to do.
Right. Hence
So-
the whole.
and that's
women's
why, yeah.
empowerment shit.
Most women after that took that blueprint,
Yeah.
but went even further with it
Mm-hmm.
without having a lot of the MC skill
Yeah.
and just using their bodies and raunchy lyrics to sell records.
That's why, like, I'll say Little Kim is probably the only female rapper that I'll like listen to and gravitate to with the raunchy shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, remember she had her whole titty out at the award show.
And,
Fuck
and
the titty.
Foxy Brown had a little bit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Foxy,
Different.
but again,
Your
that
swag
was
was-
her following Little Kim's blueprint
Right.
because Little Kim dropped first.
That's
Mhm.
right.
So she was like, "Oh, this what sells. Let me do," and that's where it started.
Mm-hmm.
But Little Kim is like, honestly, like Little Kim. I listen to Little Kim more than Foxy. I like Foxy back in the day,
Yep.
but I listen to Kim more.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's like Little Kim is the only one I really gravitated to with the raunchy shit. I prefer lyrics, like I said,
Yeah.
bars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I like Rem.
Mm.
That's why Lauryn Hill.
She a
when
little bit of
Lauryn Hill-
all of those.
Yeah.
Remy will fight
but-
you, go to jail.
But she,
with lyrics too.
Yeah, but
She's
she's
an
not rap
MC.
shit. Like
That's
she's not out here being a ho in her shit.
No, and Big Pun co-signed her.
Yes.
Like
Mm,
that holds a lot of weight.
absolutely.
That means that she's a fucking high caliber MC.
Right.
And
She proved herself.
She proved it.
Right.
Yeah.
She can go.
Yeah.
I love her.
And I like that she don't have to,
She needs to drop an album.
she do.
We-
But
we
It's
waiting.
coming. It's coming.
she didn't have to take that route. Like that's
Yeah.
the easy way out.
Right.
Yep.
And you got to salute the pioneers like Roxanne Shante
Yep.
and Moni Love and
Mhm.
Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah.
Yes, Queen.
Like they was
Salt and
speaking
Pepper.
salt
Yes,
pepper. They
Salt
was
and
speaking
Pepper.
that women empowerment shit
Word.
from a classy
and
way
not degrading
Mhm.
and a
yourself. Right.
skillful way.
That's what I'm saying. But then this is what gets me. Like, why the fuck women out here mad when they getting objectified and treated like hoes? Well,
Yeah.
this is what y'all fucking champion.
Yeah, you
Because
championing
then
WAP.
Because then they say, "Oh, but y'all was talking about my neck, my
no.
back, but now y'all talking about WAP. What's the difference?" That's why I
No,
brought that.
no,
That's
fuck
why I
all
brought that
But
question
fuck all
up.
that shit. This is what I'm saying. You want to be treated like, you want to be treated as equal. Do some shit that more than fucking sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what else can you do?
What else? Like, if you have a song on your album about, get some raunchy shit, that's cool. But
Yeah.
what else you bringing to the fucking table?
That's how.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how.
This is what your whole fucking you made your whole fucking persona. You made I'm a sell sex.
Right.
So that's what the fuck people are gonna notice you for. And that's what they're gonna talk about.
Like the same guys who just talk about drugs, and you're like, do you rap about anything else
Let
besides
me-
drugs?
Where have you ever, or when have you ever heard anybody talk about Lauryn Hill in that fashion?
Never.
Never. Why? Because Ms. Lauren respected herself. You know what I mean?
She's the artist at the highest level.
Well, her
like-
whole one album.
No, and that's the thing.
And
like
that's the thing,
she
that's it.
showed that you don't have to sell sex to be successful.
Absolutely.
That
There
her,
was
Missy
just something that
Elliott.
came out where she said that why she didn't do a second album.
I did. I was actually reading that yesterday.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. And
but
then
she didn't fucking. I mean, it would have been great to have a second album, but she didn't need to because
No.
that fucking album is
the
classic.
Miseducation of
That
Lauryn
shit is
Hill. My
cla-
father used to play that
I bumped that
All
shit to this
day.
day.
Love that.
Yes.
Love that album.
It's just that type of music. It's just so
Love
like,
Lost
what
One.
is it? Timeless?
Yeah.
Timeless. You could listen to that now and it's still relevant.
But
Absolutely.
do you see that's the other difference too between the eras is
Right.
back in the day it was all about making a timeless classic that you
Right.
could bump 50 years later and it we still listening to shit like that now.
Yeah. My
Yo,
playlist
bro.
is all 90s and like
One of
music type
these
music.
like
I don't listen to the radio, homeboy.
nah, you can't.
Oh my God.
I listen to nothing but old school shit.
So like let's say a guy like Tekashi 6ix9ine, right?
Oh God.
How does his music translate 10 years from
I don't even know
now?
the words to any
20
of his
years from
songs.
now?
I don't think he knows the words.
I don't even know the words to any of his songs.
No, but that's what I'm saying is that hip hop is a genre and a culture that's been infiltrated by people
Right.
that want to control the narrative and take away from the origins and the element that connected us to
Right.
that beauty of like we created a whole new fucking culture that became the most popular culture in the world.
And got watered the fuck down.
So
Right.
So now that you say that, right? Like I told you, I have my little timeline here, right?
Yep.
So I think
ahead,
you guys
go
about hit it on the nose.
Go
The
ahead.
mid. Hold on, I'm getting there. Around the mid 2000s. So who would you say to you was like that last good artist, and one was that first person who came out that kind of was like, because I thought Lil Wayne, who was like once Lil Wayne, I was like, what the fuck?
Nah, but Lil Wayne was out in the 90s.
Yeah, he was fucking.
So that's what I said. That's what I thought. So when I was reading this article, it said that in the 2000s, it was that whole like 50 Cent, Jay-Z, and Lil Wayne like thing going on, and it says that September 11th, 2007 is the day that gangster rap died. And I said, what's that? It says the day that Kanye West killed gangster rap. I liked him when he came out. But it says that was the day that he challenged 50 Cent to like a feud.
Yeah,
and it was all about the numbers. So then it's like that's kind of was like that pivotal.
No, because
era.
both of those guys are good artists.
But that's why I said it was very like I loved Kanye when he came out. I like his brain.
I don't like Kanye.
He makes good music.
Yeah,
And
I don't like Kanye.
as a producer, he's a genius.
That's what I'm saying. Like
he was.
No, he still is.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he
Is it
is.
just 'cause you don't
As
like
a producer,
I don't think so.
his beats
what
are.
is that?
Did you listen
amazing.
to his last shit?
What is the
Trash?
What's
Which
the
one?
church?
His last
one?
album, not the church album. Yo, stop fucking.
My kid.
I'm gonna be wearing this beard pretty soon.
Bro, get away from God. The fuck,
we got a bigger table.
bro.
How
Like
am I
he
not?
has a fucking new MacBook Pro there. You're
I
gonna
apologize.
Yo, we have more space and
I'm
we still fucking
because she's over here with a little flailing
flailing
arms.
like a wild, wacky, inflatable tube man.
Yes.
time out. Hold on to go back, Joe. That Christian album that Kanye did was everything.
No, shut the fuck up.
I loved it, by the way.
Why?
I love the
Why?
the music, the
Nah,
voices,
I'm
the
good.
beat, everything.
Wait, that was the
good.
one that came out last year, son?
No, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the shit that he came out with. Like I think it was the summer before.
The one with all those people but naked on the album or something like that.
Nah, listen, man. It was trash. It was fucking trash. Everybody said it was trash. Kanye ain't who he was, yo. And y'all can say what y'all want, man. Kanye was a fucking genius. He's not no more. I think Kanye is he's letting that genius shit get to his fucking head. So now he's doing wild shit.
Maybe.
He's doing this wild shit because everybody calls him a fucking genius, and he could do. Oh, I could do whatever I want, and now people gonna say, it's great. Nah, fuck out of here, homeboy. I'm holding you accountable.
After that,
That
Taylor
shit
Swift
is not
stuff.
good, bro. Nah, fuck about that.
I was like, that's the turning point.
No, when he started going crazy is when I fucking like started looking at him. Like, nah, I'm good. I gave up on Kanye a while ago.
Oh, it said that back when he did the album where he started singing more than rapping. It was like that, like you said, it was doing like singing things. They're singing with their voice.
What album?
It says in 2008 he released 808s and Heartbreak.
That was a
No, that was
depressing.
but
It was
that
a good
was-
album,
that was
but
a
it was
good
kind of
album,
depressing
though.
though.
Yeah, it says it sounded different, but he did more of the singing.
Yeah, no, that was actually an okay album. It wasn't his best album. I think his first one is his best album for me.
The thing about
personally.
Kanye though is that he's not afraid to experiment with sounds, and
I understand that, and that's great.
no, I'm saying from an artist standpoint.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I don't
From the true artistry. I'm not talking about his personality.
No, I'm not either. I'm just talking about the music. I think it's subpar to what it used to be. Just
I
because
mean, you could say that about a lot of people, though.
But we're not talking about a lot of people. We're talking about Kanye right now.
I mean, you can say the same thing about Eminem.
Nigga, I don't fuck with Eminem like that.
The Yeezus album.
I don't like that album.
That's the one. I was like, I know this one. I was finding the Yeezus album.
I didn't really.
That's when it was like.
That's where it changed for me.
2012.
You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck is this talking about?
Talking Jesus.
Yes, he talking about I am a god. Like, nah, bro, you bugging right now. The fuck is you putting out here?
He was on some other
the
shit.
Slave, the stuff I talking about.
Listen,
the slave,
listen.
yeah.
For me, his music is subpar compared to what it used to be. Simple. That's it. It's my personal take on it. Eminem. No, fuck Eminem.
I like him out.
On some real shit, like his shit now is not.
It's not.
Oh no, definitely not.
He fell off.
No, you're right.
So I think Eminem is just keeps trying to prove himself. Like, bro, you've been accepted as one of the dopest rappers, right? You got skill. You can fucking rap. Yeah. We know you got
some question.
But now he's doing the miracle, lyrical, all that stupid shit. And like you rhyming every fucking syllable. I get it. You can do it.
He's trying to show his like technical ability and shit.
Yes.
But he's
like, yo, that's fine.
To,
you can do 1 or 2 songs like that, but not your whole fucking album, bro. Like that shit is annoying. I listened that Kamikaze album. I listened to it like 3 times, and that was it. I never went back to it.
Yeah.
The replay value was not there.
It crashed and burned.
Well, I actually do it. Like I told you guys, like I'm not big on like the rap and hip hop, but I'm like when I see somebody that I knew from like when I was young, I'm like, oh, let me see what they drop, and I'm like, what happened, yo? Oh man. And this actually, I looked this guy. I was like, there's one guy, J.Cole. I really like
J.
him.
Nice.
Like,
I wasn't big on him in the beginning because I was as an old school head. Anybody knew I didn't want to fuck with them. This is like around 2012 to
right.
2013.
He kept it like.
So my boy that I used to work with, Jesse, put me on to him, and I listened to him, and Kendrick too. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to give Kendrick props because he was young and I didn't know what he was. Then I listened to him like, oh shit, Kendrick nice.
I like that KOD album. He kind of like sunned all these. he did sun all these young kids. Who was the kid? Takashi who came at him.
I don't give a fuck about
all of them.
Smack the shit.
All of them.
They're just a group of individuals that I don't care for.
And no, it was really good. Even like the album cover was. Don't you remember when I did it at least. I would take the album covers out, open them and check what I didn't know when
that I missed that. I was just telling Kyle that shit. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Like, I want to take it out.
And I be
iconic.
Who wrote this?
I be telling Jacob all the time, like how
oh yeah.
Like cause Jacob's 17 and he don't have those experiences that we had.
Thank you, Jacob, for making our intro music.
Oh, now you want to talk that when you wanted Bad Bunny on.
You're still on Jacob's shit list.
I'm trying to get it.
Oh, I told Jacob saw it, right?
Yeah.
And when she got in the car, Jacob was in the car. He was sitting in the front seat with me, and she's like,
"Oh." Rookie.
That was a pause moment.
I forgot.
Rookie.
We got a new table cover.
I hate her.
I'm sorry, guys.
So back to what I was saying. So, and stop doing it like that. It's not fucking water. You don't have to drink a beer.
And it's not.
Oh.
Give me a straw.
Oh. Who drinks beer with a straw?
Shut up. Continue your
millennials.
Oh my god. Yo, you're gonna get a fucking wine spritzer from now on. Word. Fuck out of here. White Claw.
So Jacob hasn't.
You're drinking White Claw from now on.
We're not doing White
Claws.
No,
you're doing White Claws.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, you know you damn well you drink White Claws. They'll go front for the people.
At your fucking brunches? Yes, you do.
No,
yes,
I don't.
You do.
I do
Stop.
not.
Stop.
Bro,
Stop.
She brings White Claws to the barbecue.
Word.
Negative.
And that nasty ass potato salad with roaches.
I drink Remy. We talking about hip hop.
Remy. Get the fuck out
of here. You
drink the white shit.
I drink Jameson's only.
With a White Claw.
Back on topic. So
Jacob, she got in the car, right? And she's like, "Hey, Jacob." And he's like, "Oh, now? Oh, now, hey, Jacob." And she's like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, you wanted Bad Bunny?" She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He's like, "Nah, shut back."
There you go.
And then I looked at him. I'm like,
that's your nephew, man.
That is my nephew. Lil J Grizz.
That's Lil J Grizz.
I took the L because that one went over. I was like, damn.
So,
but props to Jacob for making our intro.
Shut up. Don't give him
Yeah.
I give him his props every week on the damn.
You're right.
Of course.
What you call
now, then I'll get annoying if I do that.
What?
Every week.
No. I say when I edit, I give him his props. I put him on there.
Yeah. So what happened with him?
But you try to play my nephew.
So back to the music and
I got you, Jay. So, I be telling him all the time and shit. Like he never had the experience. Like me and Kyle, man, we was big on music, big on hip hop, right? So and on the beat in Jersey City, down on Newark Ave, it ain't there no more. Rest in peace to that. I love
the pedestrian plaza.
So fuck that shit. Newark Ave. So then we used to go, we got real cool with the owner. And so she would give us a heads up, like, oh, I'm getting an album in. So like I'm around like 98, 97,
it's like
98.
when release dates mattered.
Yes. So you knew the release date, and me and Kyle would have the album like a week in advance. You know what I mean? Like Pun's album, I got a whole week in advance. DMX.
Damn.
All these albums I got like a week in advance because we was in there all the time. We used to just go in and look at the different albums. I told you we used to crack on Chino XL's album and shit because I didn't know who he was.
Telling you that you dope.
So I tell Jacob all the time, like me and Kyle used to we used to go through the fucking the album covers and shit and like read the producers, read who wrote on it. We used to read all that shit, and that's a whole fucking experience that is gone now.
Just like
you can't open shit. I mean, you could go and buy the album, but you don't do that shit no more.
Yeah, they don't even have a booklet.
Well, now it's like a virtual.
I haven't bought it.
It's just like a sleeve. Like
I don't even. When I use like my streaming apps, I'm like, is there like a history? Is there something that tells me something? Because I want a refund. I want to know a little bit about you.
Yeah, because if you knew the truth, you know all these motherfuckers is frauds.
Frauds. Yeah, everybody's suing each other because I wrote that song. No, I wrote. It's like, first of all, go at it right now. I like rap battles. Those was dope. I used to love those things.
Yeah, that was big. And
can't nobody do that on site now.
I mean,
drop bars.
There's definitely a bunch of them that can, but not these young ones.
There's a whole lane of battle rap that's separate.
So you if you were a hip hop head, you know who is a lyricist and you know who's just there to make money and get fucking streams. Like, yeah, you know, like Joel Ortiz will go in,
right?
You know, fucking J.Cole could go in, Kendrick could go in.
And they low.
But you're not gonna expect that shit from a Tekashi. No. Uzi Vert.
No,
I don't expect that from Uzi
no.
Vert.
No.
Fucking what's that other fucking little corny ass white boy? Damn.
Well, Young Thug. I'm not gonna.
Why are they all young and little?
Yo, honestly,
why are they all young and little?
Yeah, but that goes back to the lack of originality.
Yeah.
It's biting off of everybody. What's his fucking name? The little white boy, he got long hair. Oh shit. Lil Xan.
Oh yeah, Lil Xan.
Was he named after Xanax?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What the fuck you think of Xan is?
Oh my god.
His name not like
that's what happens. I just, I have my thing up. We like the conscious hip that they're the SoundCloud rappers. That's who those kids are, basically.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's what I mean, but there's a lot of people on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Well, no,
SoundCloud's watered down.
Yeah. But that's what.
No, he said these dudes inspire that form. I mean, no, we have obviously.
They get their fucking. They can make their shitty ass music, put on SoundCloud, and they get a little following. A little stupid kids.
They start feeling themselves for a little bit.
Yeah,
but those they come and go. No, they do come and go.
And that's the thing is that when you worked on your craft and your whole persona, it was like, this is who I am, and I'm here to stay.
Yeah. Nowadays,
guys come and go. Fucking.
Sometimes these motherfuckers just want to come and get a quick buck.
That's it, and cash out.
That's it. That's true.
And I think that goes back to the fucking ringtones, yo. Everybody wanted that one ringtone song where they could get their money.
Yeah, ringtones, and then they thought the singles was erased. That killed the album.
Yeah, I remember. Shit, I used to buy singles.
Yeah.
Like in the store, the one
you could get the singles,
and they had it like two versions, and the instrumental, and the instrumental.
You get the CD single, and it might have like a beat track on
radio edit.
Yeah, it have a rate. Yo, it have mad different edit. Yo, I bought the Method Man and Mary J. I bought that shit. Well, my dad bought it for me. But it had like fucking 3 or 4 different remixes on it. It had the Puffy remix. It had the Razor Sharp remix. It had all that shit. On just the same song, like, man, and I played the same song 4, 5, whatever, how many times, and
a million different ways.
Word, bro.
But-
That shit was dope, man.
I think the old heads, like, even though they took breaks, they like they making their way through. Cut, like, remember me, bitch, and they like.
Well, Versus helped with that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But see,
I love
this
it.
The thing though.
Yeah.
This the thing though. Before Versus, they never went nowhere. They never went nowhere because they still talk. Their fans are still out there. You know what I mean? When we went to that Wu concert, bro, that shit was packed to like overflowing.
And they were saying all them older songs too, right?
Everything was the oldest song.
That's
bro.
true.
Like,
that's all they do.
But
it was
Big Daddy Kane still touring.
Yeah, Rakim
still toured. Like
KRS-One.
Yes.
Like LL Cool J sell out.
Nigga, I saw KRS-One.
Right.
And I saw him live, bro.
Yo, when Joe B talk about this, his whole face be like, yo.
I'm saying
I love it. I love it.
Shut up.
As a live performer.
Sorry.
Don't be so loud. We hear you very well. Too well. So, yeah, stop going up close.
Yeah. Keep social distance from the mic.
I got room for my legs under here now.
There you go.
I think we need to take that away.
Can I get the bottle opener?
I ain't touching that shit.
Thank you.
Fuck that Seahawks shit.
Ain't no Seahawks shit.
That's the Super Bowl. That's the Super Bowl they won.
Oh, it was a Super Bowl that took place in Jersey. So this is a Jersey thing.
Fuck that Super Bowl. Anyways, so when I went to, it was like an art of rap concert, right? So it was different people, and that one was like Nelly, Ashanti was there, Fat Man Scoop,
Fat Man Scoop.
Who else? Meth and Redman. Who else? And anyway, KRS-One was the headline. He finished it.
Of course.
So the person I was there with was like, "Oh, we could go now." I'm like, "What the fuck you talking about?"
The person.
KRS-One about to come out.
Yeah.
You don't know about KRS-Ones? I'm like, nah. I'm like, oh, hold up. We not going nowhere. You gonna have to learn right now. Bro.
Put them on. Put them on.
Everybody that came out on that stage prior to him coming out, they came out, they did their thing. If you ever been to a Meth and Redman, their stage presence is dope. They do this whole thing. They bring out cases of water, they throw water on the crowd. That shit is more like a fucking like a rock concert with them, right? They go crazy. They interact. They do the whole spiel. If you ain't having fun, get the fuck in the back and let the other ones come up. They do the whole shit.
Right.
I've seen them a couple times do the shit. But when KRS-One came out, bro, it was different. This motherfucker had dudes come out with like these big letters that spelled out KRS-One, right? So it's up on stage. So now he's giving you a visual. And then he had a whole crew of dudes coming out breakdancing on stage before he even started spitting. Before he even touched the stage, they out there doing their whole performance. I'm like, yo, this is different.
That's how it used to be.
And that's that, bro. The showmanship was off the chart.
Showmanship. That's what it is.
But just think about in the 80s when you had KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J, Run DMC. They're all trying to outdo each other.
Just deja vu moment right now. I dreamt of this before, but go ahead.
No, but like showmanship was such
a
big part of like the live
and respect.
Man, listen.
The live part. Like I met Kumo D one time at a restaurant in New York, like one of the pioneers, and he won the first real rap battle that mattered against Busy B Starsky.
Yeah.
And I think that was 1980 or 1981.
I have so many notes here that I'm just typing in so I can read it for later.
And like
even typing.
And it was a microcosm of what it was, because he was a lyrical dude battling a guy that knew how to rock the crowd, that didn't have lyrics. And that was the turning point of lyricism entering the game. And you know what I'm saying? That now we have, obviously we're into the lyrical people.
Absolutely.
And it's just sad to see that it's just fell by the wayside to people who are just like, oh yeah, you know, this beat is dope. But you know, like what, the trap beat that kind of sounds like all the other trap beats.
Thank you. But listen to this. Listen to this, bro. Go back to the 90s. Oh, man. Go back to the 90s. And that's another thing I was talking about, Jacob. When I was telling like when we used to read the covers and shit, we used to see the producers. When we used to open before we even threw the fucking tape in or the CD in. We opened that shit to see who produced.
Build the anticipation.
So we could know what the fuck we about to get into.
Right.
Bro, because you knew a motherfucking sound. You knew a fucking Swiss beat. You knew an Alchemist beat. You knew a Timberland beat. You knew like
DJ Premier.
A Premier beat, bro. I love Premier. You knew these beats. RZA. You know their sound. You know their whole. So, like
now everybody sounds damn.
So, when Biggie's second album came out, Life After Death.
Yep.
And I opened that shit and I saw RZA produce. I said, "Oh shit, bro!" The anticipation when
Premier
through the roof.
That was like
no. I'm just saying me.
Oh yeah.
When I saw that RZA, I said, "Oh, I can't wait."
Dope.
I didn't even jump to it. I let it build. I said, "I can't wait to get to that fucking song." You know what I mean? Like. And that it took all that shit is gone.
Yeah.
Well,
all that.
Well, y'all know I had to do it, right? Because it's not completely gone. Because y'all know I have to talk about Bad Bunny, right? I know y'all don't listen to it. And look, there's
we do, but you just
I just love it. No, but this is not even gonna be me talking about him in a nasty way. I like, but even though yes, he's very much an artist, and it's a different type of industry.
Right.
When he dropped his first album was great. Like I loved it. When he dropped his second album,
we get it. You love all his work.
Yes. No, I'm not saying. When he dropped his second album, I was like, "What is this?" He had all these old school, like everybody, like the reggaeton artists who were like, you know, like the pioneers of it.
Right.
And I was like, and you heard like that sound, and he even had them on like the songs with him, and I was like, I love this because like even that has gone to trash with like reggaeton, you know. So I was
not really.
Maybe not like hip hop, but like
no.
I like that old sound, and he had that. But then guess what happened? He just dropped his third album, and people who love that album, the people who didn't really like know like certain type of, they were like, "This is like different. Rock." They were like, "This is like rock."
It's real emo.
But it's very different. But you listen.
Oh, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and if you listen, I'm like, yo, like it's. Just because it's not your thing, like it was great too.
You want your artists to try new things a little bit,
and if it don't work,
but you still want them to have their sound,
right?
And what they do,
yeah, of course.
Don't and experiment, but don't go too far out,
right?
Yeah,
and that goes back to the Kanye with me,
right?
I get it.
When Kanye came out, he had the soulful beats and shit. He went too far out for me. And then I can't
on a spaceship
shit. You can't come back from that shit with me.
Right.
You know I remember him with the when he got his jaw, right? That's I was like, okay, like you have a story.
Through the fire.
Yeah.
That was his first album.
Yeah, Jesus
through
walks.
The wire.
Through the wire.
Jesus walks. I was like, okay, you have a story. Then it was
Stop yelling, please. My
sorry.
ears hurt. You could talk.
I can't hear myself.
We right here.
But you don't have to yell.
Sorry, guys.
Just talk regular.
I apologize.
Thank you.
Sorry.
God damn.
I think what you were trying to say too is that Bad Bunny was doing something that the new hip hop artists could take a note from, and which is like connecting the older generation to the newer generation.
Respect.
But that's the difference. The newer generation don't give a fuck.
They got no respect.
They got no respect
for anything. Period. Anywhere.
They be like, oh, these old heads, they don't know what the fuck they talking about.
They trash. Like, bro, I heard young motherfuckers call like Wu-Tang trash. KRS trash.
I think who was it?
We flipped this whole shit over.
Like, why is that shit on? That trash. I'm like,
was it
motherfucker.
I don't know if it was Little Yachty or maybe not Little Yachty.
Who is that?
What's the other one? I forgot his name. But anyway, I think one of them said that he was better than Biggie. One of them said he was better than Pac.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was in an interview.
That's why we gon' what? The fuck? Are you serious? The audacity.
But that's what I'm saying.
The unmitigated goal.
And the shit.
The unmitigated goal.
The problem is these motherfuckers is just used to this sound that they got now. You know what I mean? Because they're young.
Yeah, they have no perspective.
16, 17, 18, 19.
Life.
Why you think, bruh? I made sure I put Jacob on to real hip hop.
You have to.
I made sure. Like he was sitting in the car when we were driving. I'm playing Nas. I'm playing Wu. I'm playing Biggie. I'm playing Pun.
Yeah.
He loves Pun.
Yeah.
He loves Pun. He like Nas. He loved Biggie. You know what I mean? Like, and he still listens to some of the younger dudes. You know what I mean? Like he loved J.Cole. I mean, I bought him a little hoodie or whatever one time for that.
I mean, he is gonna do that because he's young.
You know whose album I was listening to yesterday? Because I know you know your music. I was like, hold up. And I remember him, like I said, my parents also watched what I listened to because it was a lot younger than my uncles. But I remember hearing it. You said Busta Rhymes album. I went and listened to that whole new.
Yeah, that means you screaming.
I went and listened to that whole album twice, and I was like,
the new one?
Yeah.
Nah, because everybody fucked up and slept on Busta Rhymes, yo.
Crazy.
Yo, Busta, I've been saying it for
like,
years. I've been saying it for years. Busta is one of the most underrated hip hop lyricists.
Yeah. Or just anything, because his live performances,
everything.
But
top notch.
He's the total like
breath control.
The quality, like what he was saying, and that's the thing. Like, remember what we
No, but that's another thing. Busta been talking about the real shit and shit that was to come
already happened
for years.
Yeah.
In '96, he says there's only 5 years left because he was talking about he was explaining the shit where there was some shit that he was reading that there was going to be a major life turning event.
9/11.
He was talking about the shit. He was like, it was kind of like predicting shit.
You
before.
was educating me, and I was like, oh, like you know, bro. I like to, you
Busta's,
know, tell me something. I want to know. And I was like, really, like I said, the way I was raised, I was like, oh, and I listened. I listened to that shit twice, and I was like, I need the lyrics in front of me because I'm like, you know, I gotta follow. And I said, oh, what? I said, wow. I like this, and I also like I did like the beat, like I like the sound, but a
good beat makes it better.
Yeah, but it brought it together, and I was like,
it's icing on the cake. That's all it is.
Yeah, like,
but it's always about what you say.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, you know, sometimes you got your club bangers, you want to just bop once, you know, whatever. But I was like, if I'm gonna sit down and listen to, I'm not just gonna listen to club bangers all day, like.
Nah, I mean, like
that was a good one.
You know, like a fucking like. And this is why I say the beat has to have some relevance. Because like when fucking Triumph comes on, it's a fucking vibe. When Nas's Light comes on, it's a fucking vibe. That's the importance of a beat. Like when it makes you feel like you're in a different place. And it transcends time.
Missy Elliott and Timberlake.
Yeah, and Timberlake has some of them, but I'm saying like those for the audience that know those songs, and even the young ones that y'all need to look that shit up. Like even the beats were original, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like even if they sampled it, but they made that shit their own and flipped it in a way that it was hot, bro.
And you didn't want to. It didn't sound like everything else. Sometimes you heard this beat, like there was certain beats that I could remember, like Fuji La was one of them. When I heard Fuji La come on the radio the first time, I said, "What the fuck?"
Even Ready or Not, I was
bro.
Like,
no, I'm just talking about Fuji La.
It was like in the car the other day,
bro.
Right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I ran immediately to get a tape to record that shit. So I started recording. It was a couple, like it was like 40 seconds in.
Press the button.
Yes, like. And I would play that shit with 40 seconds missing until I found the shit. And that's another fucking thing we missing, yo. Recording off the radio.
You
can't record off the radio because ain't no good shit on the radio.
Yeah, with the tape, and you put it in and you press it real quick.
Oh my God, bro. The mixtapes I used to make like that off the radio, bro.
And the time, because they would do the top whatever time. Like, hold up.
No, and DJs had more freedom to play the hot shit, the real shit.
Yeah, the real shit.
Now they're getting told what to play.
And then they play the same shit every fucking hour.
Well, that's because the program directors are the ones that are telling them what to fucking play.
Like, didn't I just play it?
And there's payola.
Yeah, there's payola.
There's a lot of politics that go into it.
That's that bullshit.
Of course. But if the streets or the listeners really had a say so,
right.
You know, we wouldn't be hearing that trash that's on the radio.
But you know what? You know what is very important? I say, like, and like I said, you know, I was raised a little differently, but it's not like I didn't know what the music was. And it was just because my parents just wanted me to not listen to certain things. But you know, it's serious when it's like, I know that song because I remember hearing it and I remember the sound. So I'm like, maybe I don't know the words, but I remember that sound because of who I was raised with. So if I hear it now and I'm like, I remember the sound, now let me listen to the words. I'm like, oh. So with me, it's just like Joe said, you hear a song, like you remember where you were or when you first heard it or where you were, like, you know, whatever. So like for me, even though I was raised differently from you guys, I'm still like, I know that song. And when I play it, I'm like, I remember it because it sounded so different. It sounded authentic. It sounded real. Now, if you play me one song, the other song, it might sound the damn same to me.
Right.
You know, but like I said, even if I wasn't like, that was in my heart. Like I remember because it was that memorable.
Right. Oh, I actually had a good question, and I've been seeing it recently with some of the shit that's been going on, right?
What?
So there's been a discussion for, I guess, since the beginning, but now it's resurfaced. Is do you feel that white rappers are guests in hip hop, or are they culture vultures? Because that is a topic of discussion that like guys like Lord Jamar have been outspoken on,
I'm
and
motherfucker hating on him forever.
Wait, what did Lord Jamar?
Jamar.
yeah,
Is he a white guy?
no
Is he a
man,
black guy?
yes,
She definitely don't know shit about hip hop.
yeah, it's
Dude,
bear
I
with
don't
us.
speak on what I don't know, and I ask questions when I don't know. And I want to know, and then I look it up, and then I'm like, oh, I like this. Put me on. I want to know.
That's cute.
I want to know.
Nah, I mean, Lord Jamar, and I salute him for his contributions because,
Oh, I've seen this guy before.
yeah, no, of course.
And it died.
It was a sign.
No. I've seen him. I've seen him.
No, but the thing is that he's been one of the outspoken ones, and now also recently like Benzino resurfaced, and
Fuck Benzino.
no, but I'm saying that him and Royce.
Why all the hate?
I don't like Benzino.
Why?
Go ahead.
But him and Royce have been getting at it because like the old what is it, like 2002 or whenever it was when the Eminem beef was like it's resurfacing.
Yeah.
And because of that debate on are white rappers guests in hip hop, or are they appropriating the culture? Now I think anybody could be an MC and be held to a high standard. I know there was a controversy with Eminem back in the day. I don't really know the backs on it, but
8 Mile, watch 8 Mile.
No. I'm talking about like there was a tape that he made back in the day where he was degrading black women.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's another story.
But that's what Benzino brought to the table.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying, that I respected him for that, for bringing that to the table and trying to address this the issue. And the thing what he was saying is that he felt that Eminem was going to do to hip hop what Elvis did to rock music.
Oh, wow.
But has he?
And it didn't happen though.
Well, he's the highest selling hip hop artist of all time.
Okay.
Who, Eminem?
Yes.
Yeah.
For real?
Yes.
Wow.
But
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Stats.
Nah, his albums used to go diamond all the time.
Shit.
But the thing is that
you educated me today, guy. Thanks. I didn't know that.
And let's be real, that suburban audience, you couldn't have certain posters on your wall.
Yeah.
He was less threatening.
Absolutely.
Well, now look at these little Takashis and all these little fucking.
Well, now everybody's a clown. Everybody's a fucking.
We're not talking about them.
No, we're talking about real shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I don't want to say that the. All right, so you could look at the Beastie Boys.
Right.
The Beastie Boys, I don't think they were like culture vultures.
Janis Joplin.
And I don't think they was as hip hop as Eminem is either.
Yeah, they was a little more rock.
There was like rock kind of,
but they was still hip hop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
MC Search from Third Base.
Yeah. I was gonna say
that's really like in all types of music, though. If you really think about, like,
nah,
let's say
the diversity doesn't exist
not
in other
with
places.
well, like, what was it, like soul and stuff like that? When you was like, okay, it's a white, like, you have to have a certain type of like presence. Like I said, like Janis Joplin, like, oh my God, there was some white people, they could see like, that's a white, you didn't even know they were a white person.
There's a bunch of like soul artists that I'm like, oh shit, that was a white person.
You didn't know there was a white person, but then it's like at the same time, it's like, well, how do you draw the line? And then with our sensitive ass culture, like, that whole shit. So it's like, where do you really draw the line? And is it a sense of respect? Like,
I mean, I go like this. I'll say like this. I'm not gonna say just because the dude's white, and that's where I think the problem is. Just because he's white or he look white, you want to call him a culture vulture. You just want to call him out because he's not black. Right. That's where the bullshit is.
I agree.
I think you got to know his stats, where he from.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like M, he grew up in Detroit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Look at who he was with. He was a proof in them news. You know what I mean? and D12 and all them.
Yeah, and Royce
Was,
was
you know what I mean?
co-signing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, he was beefing with Royce back in the day.
Yeah.
So then
But that's who he was.
But-
That's what he grew up.
but this is what I'm saying, like this is what he grew around.
Right.
That's like, all right.
It's
I
like
grew-
you. I'm sorry, I did the what is it called? I lifted the curtain before it was time to go.
Get away from the mic.
It wouldn't be an episode
Stop
if I didn't
yelling.
do it.
Screaming into the mic.
I cannot hear.
You were redlining it.
I
So
apologize.
take your headphones off if you can't hear.
No, I really can't hear my headphones.
All right, that's fine. But you can hear now, right? Thank you. So then, it's like dealing with a child.
It is.
Just fix it. Plug it in, plug it back in.
So then, so like me, I grew up in the projects. 98% of my friends are black.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People say I sound like a black man. Whatever that means. That's what they say.
Comment below.
Why?
Hello.
I had to throw it in there somewhere.
Oh. Cheap shameless plug. I get
I
it.
had to throw it in there.
So, like if I was to, I told you I used to battle with my homeboy in high school. Like, let's say if I went on that path,
Mm-hmm.
would I be called the culture vulture? Like, this is the culture I grew up in.
Maybe. But you
And that's what I'm saying. That's the bullshit.
yeah.
Don't really
That's
know.
where the bullshit is. Because, like, no, I live hip hop.
Right.
I was born and bred in hip hop.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me shit. I love hip hop. That's
Right.
it. So if I was to come out just because I'm a white boy or I look white because I'm Hispanic.
Yeah, you
Hispanic,
mix.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No, fuck that. I'm Hispanic.
This is not a white man.
Because if you want to get into it, I'm damaged goods to the white man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I sound and act like a
Put
black
your
man.
blue ass eyes, Joe.
Why the fuck you hating?
I'm kidding.
You hating.
I'm not hating.
You hating. I bet you had contacts one time. You got them cheap shits down from Newark or Market.
No, I could.
Damn, why she had to come in north for that shit?
Because they used to sell us shit
We got
down
the
there.
official
No,
shit, dog.
Nah, nigga. Nah, hell no.
No.
They used to sell us shit off a table down there
Joe blacker than me.
with the fake Gucci glasses and shit, bro. I remember that shit.
Joe blacker than me.
But I'm saying though, like,
Get the $10 Gucci's.
listen, word. When you was young, and you want to
Yeah, I'm saying
ball
though.
out?
Yep.
fuck it. So anyway,
Can we bring those back?
No,
That
no.
back?
no, we're not doing that.
We are
Just-
bringing
just
that
rap.
up.
So, oh man, but anyway, like I was saying, I'm damn as good to the white man. Because when I go to check off my race, it says Hispanic, not white, or white. I can't check. I got Hispanic blood in me. I can't check that white because I got Hispanic. So
Yeah.
Hispanic, no, fuck you. I don't want to be white. I don't want to be white. I don't deny my ancestors. You know what I mean, my Irish. I drink well. I embrace that. See me on March 17th. But anyways, but if I was to come out as a hip hop artist, let's say, just because I'm white, don't call me a fucking culture vulture because I'm not. This is the culture I grew up in. Ask about me. I grew up in Montgomery Projects. I'm from the hood. You know what I mean? So
it's easy to somebody look at
Now,
you and be like, "Oh, he's just a regular white boy."
you know who I call a culture vulture? Lil Xan. Because you know that motherfucker grew up in a nice little suburban house with his nice little white parents. Yeah, and now he's trying to take hip hop and do what he does. Like, fuck out of here.
He's like Malibu. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Remember that movie? That
Malibu's Most Wanted.
That's
Yeah.
that type shit. But I think also with that, like, I think more importantly, like back in when we're talking about, old school, and let's say we did see like a white person or whatever, I feel like, what are you guys doing?
Don't worry about it. Speak your piece.
I don't do that prank thing. It's like,
No, we're not.
It's
We're not.
all- nah.
I mean, I have to watch my back.
I'm just telling them watch the time over there.
Whatchamacallit, but I feel like at that time with the old school or whatever, because of the mentality we had back then, and if they respected somebody that wasn't black or brown or whatever, it was different from now, because now it's like a different maturity level, you know what I mean? Y'all getting my nerves.
Oh, now, right, motherfucker?
Scratching your elbows and shit.
No, my shoulder's fucked up. You know that my shoulder's fucked up.
I'm saying, why are you scared for?
I've been scared ever since New Year's Day.
We're gonna let that shit sit. We're gonna wait.
I've been scared ever
Yeah,
since New Year's
I
Day.
thought you said, "Oh, yeah, I shot the first shot."
No, I know.
I did what I did. I did what I did.
I also said, I
On
know
that
what I
ignorant
did.
shit.
I know what I did, and I know these boys is gonna come for me.
And
So,
you're gonna sit and live in fear until we do.
but no, that's the thing. That's why I said, okay, I know I did what I did, and I was proud of it. But I was like, I know y'all gonna come for me one day.
Oh yeah.
So all right, so back to what we were saying. Fuck that shit. We'll get there when we get there.
Word.
But no, that's what I think. I think it's a different maturity level of like, you know, just the culture and things like that. Now everybody's sensitive, like, you can't wear your hair in Cara, you can't do that, you can't do this. And it's like, what? But back then it's like, if you prove yourself, and I see that these, like, you know, collectively people approve you, I'm not gonna call you a fucking culture vulture because that don't make no goddamn
And
sense.
you could tell who's trying to fucking rape the culture.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You could tell. You know what I mean? Like,
So like you think Vanilla Ice was
I
a
was like,
culture
Millie,
vulture?
what about Millie?
and she still yells.
Word. So you think Vanilla Ice was a culture vulture?
He could have been, yeah. I would say.
Because then he turned into like a rocker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. But I ain't gonna front.
You like
I was a kid.
No, I mean,
and Ice
Teenage
Ice
Mutant
Baby.
Ninja Turtles.
Ice Baby, I like that shit.
And Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Ninja
And
Rap.
y'all motherfuckers can say what y'all want, but a lot of motherfuckers in the hood was rocking that shit.
Yeah.
I remember motherfuckers playing that shit on their boom
With
boxes.
their pants?
Stop playing. Stop lying. I
Yeah.
watched that motherfucking movie, all that shit.
Man,
No,
hey,
he was dope on the Ninja Turtles.
No,
though.
he wasn't.
I'm just saying that
He was just
that was the
go
first.
Ninja, go Ninja, go.
That was like the first time where they had that discussion
Yeah,
of
yeah.
somebody trying to be a culture vulture.
Where did he come from?
That's I don't know.
Guy knows everything. Like,
Nah, I
whole
mean,
history
I don't know if
already.
he's like from Florida or from like Cali.
Like, he didn't have like somebody in the industry who knew him and brought him on. Like, what the fuck?
I just doubt he came from the hood. I really don't. I really don't think he did.
I don't. Yeah.
But it's whatever. Like,
I mean, it is what it
We're
is.
gonna
I
have
was
to do a
never
fact
a
check.
Vanilla Ice fan, so. But I mean, M was cool in the beginning. M just fell off to me. He trying to prove himself. He's doing the stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking write hip hop. Like, write songs. Put some fucking and everything he does is trying to like get at somebody or trying to like prove he's better than somebody.
It was
or
a time.
talk
It was a time for that. It was a time for that. When he first, it's like, okay, we get it now, and you good. I was like, all right, that's
okay. So that was like the strategy,
Right.
when he came out. I'm gonna talk shit on Christina Aguilera. I'm gonna talk shit on fucking Britney Spears, which is to me was a bitch move because why are you talking about these females? Like,
True.
come at somebody that's really gonna come back at you, but he didn't. But whatever, it worked. It sold records.
Mm-hmm.
That's
it
why.
was a thing.
That's another thing. That's another reason a lot of his records sold because the shock value.
Right. And
he was saying wild shit like "fuck my mom," "I want to kill my mom," like wild shit.
His ex, his daughter,
Yes,
his daughter.
but there's a certain audience that relates to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the white boy.
So
the white boy.
I would listen. I'm like, I'm a little disturbed, guys.
Nah,
I'm just saying.
I ain't gonna front. I enjoyed his first couple albums.
No, like he was creatively different.
Yeah, like
I mean,
then he came back. What was it? Recovery when he had Cinderella Man and all that shit. He had this shit with the Lil Wayne shit where he it was that fucking what was it, house song supposed that he used.
Oh yeah.
You know what
that,
I'm talking about?
Baby Don't Hurt Me.
Yes, that
yeah.
shit. Baby Don't Hurt that shit. Yeah.
I'm about to
that album was fucking dope to me.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was dope. He was and I think it's because he opened up more. He started talking about Proof's death.
Right.
He started like opening up and talking about real shit.
Yep.
And I think that's what I related to. But then when he goes back on his stupid shit, like, come on, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, there's a lot of silliness to his shit.
Yeah, there is. He always had the silly tracks on his shit, right? I always skip the silly tracks.
Yeah.
I'll listen to it, laugh at it once or twice, and then
that's it.
That's it. It's never replay value.
Is like,
you know what I mean? Like,
what?
I can't listen to Eminem like that no more, yo. I lost a lot of respect for Eminem because he keeps doing that stupid shit.
Right.
So,
what would you say? Since we have to
keep going.
make our thing to the close, and I just want to
don't worry about that.
I have a question because it's really
we rolling.
for real.
We rolling. Don't worry about that.
So
shit.
although we know you guys like the older stuff, I like the older stuff better. But is there any kind of like artist or particular song that you guys would say that's outright currently that you say would kind of like be like, yo, this is like, I really like the song. I feel it.
I'm gonna say artist.
Okay.
And he don't get burned like he should.
Who?
Chris Rivers.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who that is.
That's Big Pun's son.
Oh, okay. I know who that is.
Yes, it's Christopher Rios Jr. Rivers. Rios.
I see what you did there.
See what he did there? He's pretty smart. Nah, he dope.
Yeah?
He dope. And when I hear him, I hear Pun. The first time I heard him, his first mixtape, whatever, blew my fucking mind. I'm like, who the fuck is this kid?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I'm like, yo, that's Pun's son. I'm like, what the fuck? And I became a fan immediately. Like, he's that dope. You know what I mean? And recently, he been experimenting with his music too.
Yeah.
He been doing shit too. But that kid got bars. He can go.
He does.
He got
Does
bars.
he have that old school feel
He
or is it something different?
He was brought up right in the game.
like no bullshit, yo. When he rap, like you listen to the older shit that he had put out, you hear Pun in his
Oh, of course.
you
a
hear
lot.
the way he delivers his bars, the way he flows, the way his fucking metaphors, everything. You hear Pun in that shit. Like, yo, like when I first heard this, I'm like, holy shit, it feels like Pun is rapping through his son. Like, it was crazy to me. And then, you know, now he's kind of experimenting, he's going out different.
Right.
But as to me, it's good. I like what he's doing.
No, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, but I think he's very underrated. I think he definitely deserves a lot more burn than what he's getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
I'm gonna put him in my notes.
Definitely look up Chris.
Does he have? Did you actually drop an album, or is there just
Yeah,
like mixtapes?
he got albums, but you got to listen to the earlier mixtapes. That's
Yeah.
what his.
How old is he now? Sheesh.
Like his 20s.
Yeah, he's in his 20s. I think he's late 20s, but
But he was brought up right, like you said.
nah, and he's been doing it for a long time.
Who would you say? How about you? Do you have a song or like a person or what you?
Like I wouldn't say they're new artists, and you probably know what I'm gonna talk about. It's somebody that got a bad rap because he went at Tupac, and it's Chino XL.
I was like, you're about to say something crazy, and Joe's gonna be like, "Fuck that shit."
Because he was doing the punchline shit before everybody else.
Yeah.
Like he was ahead of his time.
He said I was gonna do it because I came in here one day before we started doing the podcast, like when we was in the beginning stages, and he had Chino XL on. And I remember back in like 2013, he had told me about, yo, Chino XL. I'm like, fuck out of here. Me and Kyle used to crack on Chino XL because it's like, yo, look at this cornball motherfucker. Because like when we used to go to the record store, we used to see his album or the poster of him. We're like, look at this cornball motherfucker. I didn't even know about the whole Tupac shit. I just never gave him a shot.
I'll Google that.
So when I came in here and we was setting up and doing shit and testing shit, he had Chino XL on. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this? He's like, that's Chino. And I'm like, yo, this nigga nice. He's like, I told you. I'm like, damn, I didn't know he was that good.
Yeah.
He was nasty.
Like us, like the fun fact, Pun used to open up for Chino XL when Pun was first coming up.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's the thing, like this dude, a lot of people didn't give him a shot because of the line that he dropped on Tupac.
What's that line? What he said?
Well, he used to do this before Eminem used to do it. So he used to put metaphors out with famous people, right? So he said, "I'm not trying to get fucked like Tupac did in jail," right?
Oh shit!
Like that was his line.
I like Pop. I love Pop.
But Chino didn't give a fuck about anybody. So that was the whole thing.
Respectful out here. Oh my god.
Nah, and he's a Jersey dude. He's from East Orange, Newark, and you know, like he I remember seeing an interview where he was like, yo, to be the man out here, you had to battle Tretch, and that's another underrated rapper.
Absolutely.
Tretch from fucking Naughty by Nature. You know how many guys try to flow like Tretch back in the day, bro? Where he had that fucking cadence, bro. He had a cadence up there with Pun, where he had that fucking flow where it's like, damn, this nigga is fucking dope. Like Tretch, a lot of people don't give him his due shine.
Yeah,
but
it's a Jersey legend, baby.
Yeah, I think Jersey gets slept on.
Absolutely,
all day.
Absolutely.
And from the beginning, we've been in this shit. You know what I'm saying?
We're versatile people.
From
where we are.
But just look at this. Like, we have arguably two of the greatest women MCs in Latifah and Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, I know.
And honorable mention for Lady Luck from Jersey City. But also we have Redman and Naughty by Nature and fucking Poor Righteous Teachers and Joe Budden and Apache and the Outlaws
and my homeboy Drift.
There you go. And it's like and Chino Excel and fucking bro, it's the list goes on and on. Like just because of our proximity to New York, they're like,
we like the little brothers.
Right.
The little big brothers.
But attributions is like right up there. Like you cannot sleep on that.
Yeah.
Like even stories about Eminem coming out here and getting cool with the Outlaws. And you know,
I didn't hear that.
And that's why when he did that I'm Not Afraid video, he did it in downtown North.
Right.
Because he had ties to Jersey. Oh yeah, and Rod Digger too.
Another
Jersey female MC.
Well, the Fugees.
Yeah.
Fugees. Oh yeah.
Me and my brothers, we used to do little living room performances.
Bro, that's the fucking line.
And we acted like we was the Fugees. I was at Orange Hill and they was like
you was Wyclef.
My brother Isaiah, the youngest one.
No, I said you was Wyclef.
No.
Nah, she was Prods.
The whack one.
No, Isaiah, my little brother, he does
the wackest one.
My little brother, he's like a.
Yo, I never liked Prods.
I'm a drop my little.
He was somebody's friend, right?
My brother raps.
Yo,
He's a rapper, and I told him don't do that stupid shit. I was
listen,
like,
Prods, Prods always got on a song and said some fucking wild shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, yo? Shut up.
Like he had a cool tone though.
Yes.
Like if
the tone was good.
The tone was good.
What the fuck are you talking about, yo?
Like, they gotta be that perfect.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing though. Like I know, like I'm with you guys. You know, whenever we come here, and I know like y'all passionately speak about like music and stuff, and I love music too. We just have different spectrums of it. But I know like. Even like recently, I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm just listening to the same thing and I love it. But I'm like, even at work, I'm like, okay, I'm on a place and I'm like, I love that, but I'm like, I need a different mood. Like I want to, and I'm like, fuck, let me just put on some 90s or early 2000s stuff. And I'm like, shit, this sucks. Is there something old, new, old that I could play? And I only say this, I'm not gonna say anything like no names. We doing one of those things. So I was like, shut up. And it was important to me only because of this. I said, I know the name. What people listen to says a lot about the person. Shut up. It says a lot about the person. So I was like, oh, what do you listen to? I said, I listen to everything because I do. Oh, and I listen to this. I was like, oh, what's that? Oh, I don't know. Do you like hip hop? I said, I like hip hop, but there's nothing to listen to right now. So
no, there is. You just don't. But
yes, so that's what I said. Exactly. There is. I was like, well, who? Because I'm not. Put me on. Send me everything. And while I was playing it here,
put you on, huh?
Shut up. While I was playing, I was playing the music here. I'm playing the music here, and you over here like, yo, that's such a. And I'm like, I don't even know. Like, it makes me feel good to know like there are people there, we still do have good artists, and it's like, okay, this is good stuff. They maybe don't have the spotlight, or they have, they're not making.
No, there's definitely good music out there, but it's not promoted,
right?
Because that's not what they're trying to sell.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, definitely go to your people that know the music.
But the listeners are not holding everybody accountable.
Yeah,
like
and that's like, all right. So in 2000. The 2000s that we're in now, like 19, 20, 21. That's why playlists are so important now. Because the playlists come out and it be motherfuckers like I'll be on Spotify.
They sound
and I'll go on different playlists like R&B playlists. I mean, I don't do the new school hip hop shit. I won't. I just stick to my old school hip hop. You know what I mean? And I stick to the names I know. You know what I mean? And who they vouch for.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm listening to the Button podcast and I didn't listen to Nipsey Hussle before his passing.
Right.
I Button and them were talking about it. And then I used to hit up Kyle like, damn, yo, like, you ever listen to him? And he was like, I heard like one or two things. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta listen to him. I don't even know if Kyle listened to him. He might not have. I don't remember. And then he passed, and I'm like, what the? And then I went to listen to his music. I'm like, yo, I slept hard.
Yeah.
But that goes back to me being an old school, like hip hop head. And it's like, I ain't fucking with these new niggas, yo.
Yeah.
Like I don't trust them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I didn't know Nipsey.
Right.
So I didn't trust it. I thought he was gonna be one of these trash rapper. But nah, Nipsey is a beast. Now I listen to Nipsey all the time.
Yep.
I mean, I feel bad that I didn't invest in his music before he
But
passed.
it was a real one. Yeah.
I don't want to see, and then it's like, damn, now I'm seeing like I'm on the bandwagon. Nah.
Yeah.
But it's just I wasn't put on to real hip hop,
Right.
and I ain't jump on it when these dudes on the podcast, on the Button podcast, was talking about it.
Right.
I should have jumped on, but I didn't. But that's one that I regret. But I forgot what I was saying with that. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of that.
Yeah.
And a lot of the new artists too, because they're not giving the shine where it should be.
Yeah.
Like Bone Thugs and Harmony's flow is so trap right now.
You are bones.
I know that song though.
You know, they're double time. They're double
I used to
time.
listen to their stuff on the box. Remember that channel?
Yes.
Yeah.
The box.
You want
The box.
Kyle's cousin gave him the number to call so you can get your shit, like you get through without having to pay.
Mm-hmm.
So Kyle put me on. When Kyle put me on, I was in the house all day calling the box from the number, yo. Ordering videos
I remember
all
listening to
day,
Both Those in Harmony on the box. I remember
all day.
If
son.
she don't know about the box, she too young, bro.
Nah, but I'm saying like their flow.
I
And,
know about the box.
you know, their double time, their like that's the trap flow now.
Right.
And even harmonizing the choruses.
Yeah.
Like they really took Bone Thugs' blueprint.
Yeah.
Let's
And
just
fucked
call
it
it what
up.
it is. Bite, you bit.
They gentrified it.
They gentrified Bone Thugs, bro. Word up.
And you know how different they was from everybody else?
Mhm.
Like that originality was dope.
That's why I like Bone Thugs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now they just like pimping their style. And like these whack motherfuckers are like coming up, like trying to duplicate and imitate that.
Yep.
I'm like, nah,
But
dog.
you know what? You could also tell, like, and this is me being like, I'm an empath and all that stuff. So like with music, I like the feeling. Like when I listen to this song, like I want to feel it. Like what am I gonna get a feeling of? And I say that just I only say that to say when I hear a certain type of thing, it's like you a whole fraud. Like stop it. You're not that deep. Go away. You know what I mean? So like that, and that's why I say like I like that feeling of like you telling me something. Even like with Busta back in the day, like I said, I'm like, oh, this is a lot, and my parents didn't let me listen to it, but I'm listening and I see the words, and I'm like, I feel this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even when you feel things, you could tell when people are just like bullshitting you.
My
like,
mother,
you could go away. Like
my mother,
Yeah, it's authenticity.
Yeah, you could tell the realness. Yeah.
My mother didn't let me listen to certain hip hop. So my first 2 singles that I got.
Oh, the first.
So I think I was like 14, might have been 13 or 14th birthday, and I got like the CD boombox for my birthday, right? And then they was like, all right, we'll go get you some CDs. So the sperm donor, my biological father.
Hashtag sperm donor.
Fuck him.
He
took me and we got some CDs, right? So the first 3 CDs I ever bought was the Bad Boy soundtrack.
I love it.
Oh, All in the Family?
I love
Huh?
it.
P. Diddy in the Family one?
No. The Bad Boy soundtrack.
Oh, the Bad Boy soundtrack.
movie.
The movie. Yeah.
The soundtrack.
I remember that. Yep.
I sung that all the way to North Carolina.
That's it. I just saw some art. I saw Biggie on there. John B was on there. Babyface. I had to get it. The Brat was on there. I had to get it. I used to love the Brat. So it was the Bad Boy soundtrack, and then it was Meth and Mary J, the single that I was telling you about.
I was listening to that earlier. Happy birthday, Mary J.
You don't have to get all excited every time I say.
If you're gonna say happy birthday to Raekwon the chef too.
Yes,
absolutely.
We dropping all of y'all talented people.
So
and the third one,
happy birthday to my nephew David.
Happy birthday, David.
Any other motherfucking birthdays today?
We're gonna start charging for birthday shout outs.
So then, all right. So then the third CD, it was a single, and it was Junior Mafia, Players Anthem.
Woo!
So I'm like, what? Let's say 14. And my mom was like, "Oh, what CDs did you get?" All right, let me show you.
Let's have a listen.
So I threw the Meth and Mary in. My mom loved it. Right. Next CD, Players Anthem. Hit play. Ladies, rub your titties if you love hip hop. Niggas, grab your dicks if you love hip hop.
Can that be our outro when we finish?
Listen, no.
That is hilarious.
I forget. We're just gonna put it in our YouTube, in our Instagram.
Yo,
So
Jacob,
our-
You
Jacob.
can't retain anything in that little
Jacob.
peanut head of
No,
yours.
I want to just add it onto.
No,
our,
we're not doing shit for them. They're not doing shit for us.
Can we
We're
just
not
put it in our
no,
stories?
we're not doing shit.
Hey, yo, Jacob, she
We got-
did it again, bro.
Anyway, here we go with just
Sorry.
fucking up my shit.
So the third album,
God damn it. Always fucking up my
part of the game.
No, it's not.
Part of the game.
So you trying to do copyright infringement is part of the fucking game.
Yeah, have us all shut down real quick.
Word.
You gotta do this
The
every
episode would be fucking off
I
YouTube.
do this every episode, and then what happens when you put that third album on?
It didn't make it to that third album.
What mama do?
So I put the shit on, and that shit came on, and her eyes flew open, and said, "What the fuck is this?"
She's the
She's like, "Yeah, my mother cursed like a sailor. Why do you think I curse so much?"
I wonder.
And she's like, "This is the shit you're listening to?" Bro, my mom pulled that CD out the thing and snapped it right in front of me.
Crack.
And I was like, like that was my birthday gift.
Oh man.
So from that day forward, she's like, "I don't want you listening to no music with curses."
Oof.
So then I had to be stealthy with my shit.
Stealthy.
So
Nah, there was an element to
I
that.
had a
back in
whole
the day.
system. Like my mom would check my shit.
Oh, you had your pockets,
My mom-
and your book bags ran through like.
Nah. My mom would come in my room. Like I ain't have a lock on my door. So my mom, when I go to school, my mom would go in my room, look through my shit. See, and so I developed my little system. I had the CD rack that spin, right? And I would put all my R&B CDs in it.
Mm.
All the R&B.
The love of
joints.
hip hop, yo. What you
Shut
do?
up. Shut up. And then all the hip hop shit will be in a Timberland box under my bed, shoved all the way to the back corner where she couldn't be shit. And I would put shit in front of it so
You
she couldn't
smart.
see it. Huh?
You smart.
I'm trying.
That's real. Yo.
That's that DJ Khaled shit.
So, and I would position shit in front of it so she looked on the bed, she can see it or whatever, right? So, yeah, I used to, or if like, let's say it was an album and it was like white and the parental advisory little shit.
That sticker.
It wasn't even a sticker. That shit was, it was
Explicit
printed
parental.
on there.
Printed on it.
It's
Yeah,
printed on
You
there.
can see it.
You
like-
can't take that motherfucker off. So if it was printed on there and it was white, I'll get white out and white it out.
There you
You
go.
know what I mean? Or if it was black, I'll get a Sharpie and black it out. But there's times it was on colorful shit. I couldn't do nothing with it. You know what I mean? So those went under the bed. But
You had every corner you have been here.
listen.
Listen.
You had to do what you had to do.
Nothing was gonna stop me
Word up.
from listening to my hip hop.
You remember your first album that you bought or got as a gift? Or something?
Well, the thing is, I remember as a funny thing when I used to see it on TV, like DJ scratching, and my parents had a record player, and I would imitate the DJs, and I would fuck up the needle and their records because I would go, yeah,
Got that ass
yeah, because I would be like, I would scratch their records and shit because I was watching it on TV. I was like 2 years old, bro.
Oh my God.
And I was doing the same shit that they were doing on TV. I was like, yo, this is dope. And they went through a lot of needles.
Whoop your whole
and
ass. Whoop your ass.
all those classic records. I'm like, oh, word?
damn, bro.
Our Earth, Wind, and Fire shit, you gonna fuck up like that?
Fucked up, bro.
It is, but I ain't know because I was like, oh shit, I don't know that the needle is gonna fuck up the record.
My
And I'm like scratching hard as hell. When you 2 years old, you put all your strength in that, like it's like
for real.
the needle popping off and shit.
Sound effects.
Oh,
The visuals. So after that.
Nah, but that was like my introduction to hip hop though, like just watching it. And the first album I really got into was fucking actually 36 Chambers.
Yeah,
Like that opened my mind.
that ain't the first album I got into like that.
Like that. No, but I was
No,
like
no.
7 years old.
You were that young.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was 12.
And I was like, damn, this shit is different.
Mhm.
Like obviously there was a lot of other shit out there, but I gravitated to the smart shit. Like
Yeah.
they sounded smart on the mic.
Yeah,
And that's their vocabulary was different.
They were different.
And I was like, yo, this shit, like Jizza, when he did Liquid Swords and
A little
Beneath the
homework for you.
Surface.
Little homework for you.
Mhm.
Watch the documentary of Mics and Men.
Mike's like microphone.
Of Mics and Men.
All right, I got you.
It's the
Dope.
Wu-Tang
Where
documentary.
do I find that?
Showtime. Or you could just
Showtime?
find it. You can find it online probably somewhere.
Got my shit DVR at home, boy.
Yeah.
What is it? The what of Mike's and Men?
Of Mike's and Men. It's the Wu-Tang documentary.
I'm listening.
But like hearing him spit about like different shit,
Yeah.
I was like, for me as a young impressionable, male growing up, hearing grown dudes from the streets talk intellectual, that shit appealed to me.
That's
like
different.
that's different than like everything else was cool, but they wasn't on no ignorant shit. They was smart dudes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, damn, this is dope.
Like the genius is literally a genius.
He is. Yeah. And they combine like the street smarts with the fucking book smarts.
Right.
And it's like, yo, to be a problem or to be a real weapon out here, you gotta have both.
But that's you. Like that's who you are now. Like I mean, at least what I get from you. Like
no,
you
definitely.
You from North, but like you got a motherfucking brain.
No, and that's what. No, and that.
Well, he disrespect the shit out of Newark.
No, I'm from Jersey City. Like we out.
Like you from Newark, but
no, but there's a lot of ignorant motherfuckers. From
there's
Newark.
a lot of motherfuckers everywhere. Yeah. Jersey City, Union City.
Okay, so we're from the urban community, so people don't expect that.
Right.
Okay, you could just say the hood.
I'm from the hood too.
But
no, you're not. You're from Cliffside Park.
But what she said was kind of true. Is like what you listen to really reflects kind of who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And that's why like playlists are important.
Yeah.
And
I said what?
Knowing your like if you're talking to somebody.
That's
like,
your playlist?
Yeah.
I respect, and I don't even.
Oh boy, playlist just like mine.
Yeah, I didn't even listen to that, and I was like, "What is it?" Joe was like, "I know that." I was like, "For real?"
So that means you're not gonna bash him as much.
That's not gonna happen.
We'll see.
You're gonna talk that shit.
Give me 2 weeks.
No, fuck that.
No, but
yeah,
I'll drop names. Play with me.
No, we're not doing that.
Let's put a bet on it.
No bets. It's taking me 2 weeks. It's been 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. I say that because
3 whole weeks.
Damn.
You made it past the 2 week mark.
I'm not bored. That's why.
You made it past the 2 week mark, buddy.
Because they're starting to talk. They're starting to talk about. Give me music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I didn't want to interrupt y'all.
No.
But I didn't want this shit to end without talking about R&B.
I was about to get into that because I was about to talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
Because I was going to answer my own question. As I said, my parents were always very mindful of what I want or like what I listen to and stuff, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I still remember the first.
Oh, yo. I just want to fuck up your story. Go ahead.
and I wasn't mad.
But I'm saying though.
I'd be like, damn, I do this shit. I'm not even mad. So maybe I didn't buy it because the first
We're
album.
gonna do some random shit and fuck your story up.
Take a selfie. The first albums that I was ever gifted or given to, my father actually was like, listen to this. I was like, oh shit, I can listen to something.
Damn, what the fuck you was?
No, I wasn't. It was very much
no music for you.
Did they keep you in a cage too?
No, it was just like they were mindful of.
I mean, like I said, they were smart to do that. I was
the only girl with 3 hood ass uncles on the streets.
So what?
And like we were in church, and it's like you can't listen to this, you can't listen. And even now, you should do that. Like
I gotta give you a high five because you reminded me of my uncle. I got a picture of my uncle when I'm 4 years old, and he had a shirt called "I'm down with OPP."
Wow.
But
the streets was real back then.
But also, like I said,
that should be the album cover.
The
cover this week.
Oh, that was
I'll find that pic, yo.
So much more. So like growing up, like people be like,
that reminded me.
Go ahead.
I remember, and this is before I was into like listening to hip hop.
Before he was down with OPP.
No, I don't do OPP. I did that once.
One time.
I'm sorry, I did.
Finished, Joe.
So I remember I had a shirt. It was a black shirt, and then red it said hip hop. But I was young. I was probably like 4, 5. This is what 85, 86. I didn't know what hip hop really was yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember that shirt.
Yeah.
I remember I used to do this little stupid dance and made my mother laugh. Stupid shit. Like I just remember that shit now because you said the shirt. That shit was dope though. Like, but even back then, like even before I knew what it really was, I was still hip hop. Like I still like was. Come on, bro.
Without even being consciously aware that you was in it. That's what it is.
I remember when I was little, like being in the car. You know, my mom, my step pops, and all that. My sisters, and like Run DMC will come on the radio. You talk too much, and you never shut that shit. And I used to say that shit. I used to sing that shit because I used to tell my sisters, y'all talk too much. You never shut up. Like But I was a little kid doing that shit. Like that shit's dope, man.
And
like,
yeah.
man,
Like
hip hop go.
It's
It's different, bro.
My dad used to break dance in New York in the 80s, and I was like, what? But like I said, with that, like
I gotta interject. Like my cousin's her ex-husband Chino, he was
XL? Not
no. Chino
No
from the
association.
New York City Breakers.
No association.
So New York City Breakers, one of the first dance crews from New York City, b-boying. This is like from the late 70s.
Yeah.
And he was in the movie Beat Street.
Okay.
Like, you know, one of the iconic
Right,
hip hop
right.
shits. And it's like, wow, like I remember watching the Mayweather Pacquiao fight at my cousin's house, and he was there. And we were talking about the same conversation that we having.
Yeah.
Not knowing that this motherfucker was in that, and he's a pioneer and b-boying. And I'm like, yo, I wish I knew that he had that background. Because I would have picked his brain and been like, yo, how the fuck was it? Mm-hmm. Like, see, young motherfuckers don't do that.
Yeah.
We want to know how it was.
Yeah, and like I said, even me, I'm like, tell me, like, who is it? I want to know because I don't know everything when I don't know. I want to know.
Well, you know what? You need to watch documentaries.
I got you.
That's a good documentary.
I got you.
There's a show that was on Netflix a couple years back.
Let's go.
The first season was really good. Second season was kind of love story-ish. Oh fuck. Why am I
with the afro?
Why am I drawing a blank?
Oh, I know what you're saying.
In New York, the Spanish Dominican dude.
Hold on.
Damn, I forgot the name of it.
The Get Down.
The Get Down.
I watched The Get Down.
I was thinking the breakdown for some reason.
I watched The Get Down.
The Get Down. Yeah.
That
Me
shit
too.
was dope, and it really talks about like the beginning of hip hop.
Yeah.
DJ Hurt and all that.
Yeah.
So like
and even Beat Street had
it kind of romanticizes it. You know what I mean? It romanticizes the beginning of hip hop, but.
And then the Latinos, and you got the mix.
I was mad when they canceled that show.
That's the elephant in the room, though.
What?
The Latino presence since the birth of hip hop.
Listen, man.
We lived together.
Who the fuck you think
grew up together, like in the same neighborhoods?
A lot of fucking graph artists and b-boys and DJs was Latin.
Yep.
And the reason why they wasn't MCs is because they didn't think they had the mastery of the English language.
Yep.
And they sounded funny if they had an accent. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I'm not taking anything away from anybody, but it was a collaborative effort. Especially back then, because in the Bronx, who the fuck you think lived there?
My dad.
Yep. But it's facts.
You grew up in Puerto Rican.
You cannot. Blacks and Puerto Ricans lived together in the Bronx in the 70s and the 80s, in the 90s, and still today.
Right now,
And it was fucked up then, and it's still fucked up now.
I got a Puerto Rican mother, black father, but like even. Like I said, I respect you guys, and that's why I write down this stuff because I really am gonna look into it.
She respects us and she calls me the fucking blob.
Fucking blob.
The blob.
But I say that to say just because like there's certain things we don't know about, and even like today, there's people who say we have to be mindful of what our kids are watching. I have 3 kids, and my daughter actually told me, and this is just to close and wrap up my whole synopsis.
We ain't done yet. Go ahead.
Yeah.
My daughter said, she said, "Mommy, did you see Cardi?"
I have something to address.
She goes, "Did you see Cardi?
Yeah.
Did you see Cardi B and what she's put on like Instagram?" I was like, what? She's like, "Oh, like she was said people were mad because she said she doesn't let her daughter listen to her music and she turned it off. I thought it was in the room." And I'm like, problem. Because I think that's what we should do, especially, we have to be mindful of what goes in like the ears of our kids or whatever.
Yeah, but that should say something. Like if she's not letting her daughter listen to it.
No, like she said, she doesn't make music for children. Like it's not for kids, which is fine. And that's why I said, like, okay, maybe my parents, like
maybe she should start making some better music.
Time out, but even
thank you.
Like I said, growing up, my parents were like, you were raised in the hood.
Childish as fuck.
My parents would say you were raised in the hood, but you're not like hood. Like you were just raised here. So I think that's a lot of reason why they're like, we didn't let you listen because we don't want you thinking, what is that? What's that mean? Let me go check. Fine. So I still heard it, like I said, but then I remember the one time, like I remember I was almost a teenager, or I was a teenager. My dad's like, "Oh, listen to this." He actually gave me the physical CDs of the first 3 he ever gave me, and they were his favorite. The Miseducation Lauryn Hill, and he was like, "You can listen." I was like, "Oh God,
keep going."
Listen, What's the 411? Mary J. Blige.
Mm-hmm.
And Baduism, Erica Badu. And that goes into R&B stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that was it.
So-
but Lauryn Hill, like I was like, what's this? And I actually could understand the words, and her flow was like, and she was from Jersey, so
Yeah.
that was like, I was like, he's giving me permission to listen to them. And they're all women, so I was like, all right. Until this day, I still.
But that's weird. Why would he give a little boy all these women?
He wanted me to like all the girls.
He wanted you to be a girl.
But you
You
see,
want me to be
but do you
Ursula?
see how?
So now you're trans.
Do you see how, like, even, man, I was trying to say before how R&B fell off from
Yeah.
its.
Yo, like,
Everybody whispers when they sing R&B now.
nah,
Everybody's
Yo,
just mad vulgar.
There's
now.
no, yeah, it's mad vulgar. It's like,
Help me in
so
the
I was
sheets.
in a car, right? Well, we was in the car, and
we
yeah. So and I had on some like 90s R&B. You know what I mean? And then
listen. Game night, I was just with all the R&B music.
shut up. So then again, she does it.
Yep.
She gonna message
I can't talk without you interrupting. Me.
Sorry.
Can I get one story off without you interrupting and saying something?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think
I
that's
don't
possible.
think that's fucking possible.
I'm gonna try to go.
See, pretty sicko.
I hate y'all. Yo, I hate y'all. But so we was listening
Green light.
to old.
Yo, guy, today you have more than 5 words. And people are gonna
Yo,
love it.
this motherfucker got like 5,000 words today, bro.
Saying though.
This is his topic.
Yeah.
Nah, but motherfuckers ain't gonna fucking tell me I only speak 5 words, man.
All right, so
Shit.
I guess I'll put that story on pause.
Nah, but
Okay, so can I?
yeah,
Hey,
go ahead.
You shut the fuck up. Thank you. Yo, why her heads don't? Why the fuck her mouth don't stop working, but her headphones do?
Her headphones are trying to tell us something, bro.
Shut the fuck up. Word.
Tell your own story. Interrupt me.
I'm trying to.
Nah, it's like when you anticipating being interrupted, it's like,
Yeah, yo, it's like where it's coming. But so yeah, we was like listening to old shit like Drew Hill and shit like that.
classic.
And I'm like, yo, she's like, yo, they don't make good music like this no more. I'm like, they don't. That's why I listen to older like hip hop and R&B. I listen to R&B. I listen to some new R&B. There's some dope R&B artists out here
Yeah.
that a lot of people might not know about. Like she didn't know about some of them, and I was calling them out. It's like, how you know that?
Yeah.
Because they dope. But yo, they get right to the fucking point, and they don't put no like. All right, so like I was telling y'all before, like I always saw R&B as like there was like a form of poetry to it.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like the way you said things. You didn't get right to the fucking point. You know, you said I want to make love to you, or like just different shit. You went about it a different way. You didn't just get right to the point like, yo, I want to fuck, I want you to suck my dick.
Yeah.
And that's what they do now, and that shit is trash to me.
I bet the name is no
I remember there was a time where if I heard a curse word on an R&B album, it blew my fucking mind.
Yeah. It was like, oh,
Like John B's first album, right? There was a song on there. There was a song on there, I forgot the name of it. And he said fuck. And I said, oh shit. He said,
oh fuck.
Like it blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. But now R&B sounds like fucking, it's like the trash hip hop done infiltrated R&B.
right.
And everybody want to do that stupid shit. Like, yo,
Yeah, I like Janae. What is her name? Janae Aiko? That's how you pronounce it. She sings some freaky deaky stuff, but I mean, I like her. I like the music, but I got it.
no, she got good music. She just be some, she got her ratchet joints, but
she's something like Pussy Fairy, like you. What?
yeah, no, I didn't like that song.
I don't know how I feel about this. I love it here.
Of course, you're gonna like it.
Of course.
Miss Balls on Ears over here.
I'm like, I love it here, but is this okay?
Or when we have game night, it's all about dicks. And
Yes. Every card.
No, let me tell you something.
We played Cards of Humanity, and every card that she threw out had the word "dick" on it.
I don't even know.
I don't know how she got all the dick cards in her hand, but they were there.
But no,
They like gravitated to her hands. So
or
Balls
she gravitated to those cards.
No, the cards magically like appeared in her hands, balls on her ears. She's just a mess out here.
But like you said,
But
Joe.
wait. But
like you
speaking of balls on ears, speaking of that,
Yes.
got you a little present.
What? I don't
There you
even
go.
want to know what's in there.
And
Just
if
open
you
it
want,
for
you
the
can
people.
refer back to our New Year's episode, balls on ears.
That's
There you
right.
go.
That's right.
Our free promo here. I don't even want this in here. I'm scared.
No, it ain't nothing.
We
It's
wanna
just a
know
little
what's in
gift.
there.
Is it a penis?
No, why would I
What
give you
the
a
fuck?
penis?
I don't know.
In the
It's,
box?
nothing's gonna out. It's not a prank. It's not nothing. It's just go ahead. It's just some stickers.
All right,
and
Santa Moon,
Oh, mushrooms.
mushrooms, because
you need to get high.
So don't pop up.
It's nothing gonna pop out.
I'm curious.
I'm gonna wear these for the next motherfucking episode.
Hold on, show the people
Yo.
what you got. What you got?
Yo,
Who did this?
What
These
you?
are actual balls.
nutsack earrings.
I cannot.
You are definitely gonna have balls on ears now.
Yes, you will.
Well, wait. In a different way.
I'm like, am I offended? Would I wear these? I think I love them. Thank you so much.
Yo,
These are like,
Yo.
I
balls
don't
on ears.
even know who even is
You
this.
can find everything on Etsy.
Is this their is like is this I'm gonna check like this is really ridiculous.
Yo,
Somebody made balls for
yes,
ears,
you can
like
find anything.
nutsacks.
Listen,
Yeah.
anything you want, you can find on Etsy.
Why is this a thing?
The internet is a wonderful place.
I love it here.
Where you can find nutsack earrings. Because I was talking to him one day. I'm like, yo, I got an idea. And while I'm on the phone with him, I Googled nutsack earrings. And boom, there they were. Boom.
I'm not even offended. Like I feel like thank you so much for thinking of me.
Well, look,
I'm wearing these at the next game night.
you are the champion
A ball
of
on
balls
ears.
on ears. So why not?
I cannot even. Somebody's gonna look at them and they're not gonna. Maybe it's a butt. I'm like, no, they're balls.
Maybe it's an
No,
upside
but
down
what
heart.
you could do is you could take like a little pen and you could put some pubes on it.
Yeah, because right now it's
I
like,
was gonna do that, but I'll leave that one up to you.
but
You know what? If anything,
hashtag balls on ears.
this is great. Go back to that episode. I'm going to definitely. I'm not even offended. Like I love it here.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yo, this is like a baseball metaphor too. You
This
got
is-
4 balls. That means you walk the fuck up out of here. Take your motherfucking base.
the earrings that my mother told me about.
All right, you can drop the bat now.
Listen. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna tell my mom.
She
Remember?
got 4 balls because she kept holding the bat.
It's like, it's okay. You
Oh,
can
no,
walk.
I thought the other two was somewhere else. But I'm not
Oh.
gonna mention that. This kids are watching. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Well, I'm gonna
Oh,
show
God.
this to my mom. It's gonna be
That's
funny.
hilarious.
This is great.
That's hilarious.
And
Good
I'm gonna
shit.
wear them proudly.
Good shit.
Damn.
Proudly.
As you should.
With my hashtag balls on your shirt.
Look, you are the champion of balls on ears, so own it.
You gonna tell my friend that? Stop. Delete.
He probably know.
Delete this.
Nope.
Delete this.
This is making the final cut.
No. If you want to go all in and be a mad extra with Chocolate Bay,
Now you,
nah.
Oh, we said her name.
Yeah.
no,
Does she know her name's Chocolate Bay?
Yes, she knows her name.
Hashtag
Chocolate
Chocolate
Bay.
Bay. We're gonna put it in.
When she got in the car the other day.
Not
Well,
so-
you got in the car the other day.
We've never said it on our show.
So what?
Now we did.
Okay.
Okay.
all right.
This is a groundbreaking moment, guys.
Shut up. No. Groundbreaking moment
Groundbreaking
is
When I wear these earrings next episode.
and when you in your little playlist with old boy.
Stop right now.
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna really be jingling, baby, like fucking LL Cool J.
LL
Balls just gonna be fucking dangling.
And don't forget Will Smith when we talk about hip hop.
Hey, if you wear those, when you go see him,
If I will.
and you're jingling, and then y'all can go doing it and doing it well.
Hey, I'm gonna play that song. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna download
Hey, I had to do the LL shit, man.
Yeah,
I'ma
shout out
put
to
that
LL.
LL.
Shout out.
LL. Guys,
The GOAT.
ooh, this episode was
GOAT.
long as fuck.
That's fine.
I love it though.
Nah,
Oh,
this
shit.
is organic.
It's
This is-
organic and it was very educational too.
yeah. Yeah.
Listen, man, we got a lot to shit to say.
I mean, like,
we could talk about hip hop.
yeah, like the conversation is never really over when you talk about this because there's
Absolutely.
so many ways you could talk about it, directions you can go. But
Mhm.
But then also like people's like I said, people's memories of stuff, and it's like, you know what, some things from like I'm like, I know you love like Woo, and I'm like, it's not my like, it's just not my
Cup of
type of,
tea.
not that my cup of tea, it's not my style, but like,
Yo, my mom loved Wu.
Yeah.
And she did, because like I told you, she didn't want me listening to music with curse words or whatever, right? But then once I got old enough, ain't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
You get in my car, you listen to what I'm playing.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So she got in the car and I would be blasting my shit. She's like, turn it down. I'm like, no, you're my car. But then she would listen to Wu. But she knew I love Wu. You know what I mean? She knew I love
everybody knows that.
my 17th birthday, she bought me a Wu piece. It was about a little smaller than the Wu-Tang piece on his hat, right? It was just a little smaller than that, but it was solid gold. And she bought me a Figaro chain with it, right?
Nice.
Hey.
And that whole day, yo, she got me. I told you, my mom liked to try to play jokes and shit, right?
I wonder where you got it from.
I don't know. Yeah, but she like, yo, I thought she completely forgot about my birthday. Like I was mad as hell. I left the house. I went down to the mall.
Got him.
I went and bought a CD or whatever.
Be surprised.
I think it was Brandy CD.
Sitting in my room.
No. It was the one with the other one. What was that album? I forgot the name of the album. It was 98. It was 98. I forgot the name of that album. And I forget the name of the song.
My daughter was name too.
So I came home and then she had a cake for me or whatever. I'm like, oh, you didn't forget. She's like, yo, come here. I got your gift or whatever. We went in the room and she pulled out a little box, a little bit bigger than this one. And then I opened it and it was a fucking solid gold Wu piece. I flipped my shit. And then I never took that fucking Wu-Tang chain off, ever. I wore it to school, I wore it to work, I wore it everywhere. I wore that motherfucker in the shower.
Wore to sleep.
Yo, always wore that shit. And when I met U-God for the first, that's the first Wu member I met. And he was in Newport Theater. He went to go see Saving Private Ryan.
Oh my God.
And I was an usher in the movie theater. And me and Kyle was working there. And this dude that we went to school with, he came over. He was like, yo, the little light-skinned cat from Wu-Tang is in there.
Light-skinned cat.
He is. He's the lightest one. He's known as, like, you could tell he's the light one. So he's like, oh, the little light-skinned one from Wu-Tang isn't sitting in there. I'm like, you got? No, he not. He's like, yes, he is. Go look. So I played off like I was doing the theater check, and I walked down the aisle and I looked. I'm like, oh shit, fucking you got
Golden Arms.
I'm 17, right? I'm like, holy shit. I never met nobody famous. You know what I mean? I'm like, holy shit. So I went up like, yo, give me something. Give me a call. Give me something. I got to get his autograph. Got that shit. And I went down. He was just sitting there. It was like music playing, but it wasn't even no trailers going or nothing, right? He was just sitting there. And I went over like, excuse me. I'm like, yo, what's up, you guard? He looked up, what's up? I said, yo, I'm a huge like Wu head, bro. Like, could I get an autograph? He was like, yeah, come on, sit down. So I sat next to him. And he looked at me. He's like, oh shit, you got a Wu piece? Oh, you a real fan, huh? I was like, yeah, bro, I'm a real fan. So he gave me a little autograph, whatever. We was talking, like, yo, all right, piece it up. I'm like, yo, it was dope. So then I'm getting into the U-God story. So then I used to wear Wu wear all the time. So I had it was like a navy blue Wu sweater, and it had the Wu globe. It was like in like silver, right? Like a light silver gray type thing. And I had a Wu piece on, and I always wore with a Yankee fitted. So then, working in the theater one night, he went to go see Blade. It was on a late night. I was leaving.
Oh, he came again.
Yeah. He, if I'm not mistaken, he lived right behind my airport.
He lived there, right?
Oh, he lived there. Oh, okay.
So he was always there. But now this is the second time I saw him. So I'm chilling out there I'm off duty now, and I'm chilling talking to my coworkers or whatever. Movie lets out. He came out. He looked at me. He's like, hey, yo, you really are a Wu head, huh? I'm like, yeah, bro, I ain't lying. He's like, all right, see you. He kept moving. Third time he came back, he went to go see Ronin.
You remember the movie?
I remember the movies. Wow. I'm not a fucking fake fan. Like, this shit is fucking like ingrained in my memory.
Etched
in my memory. Right. So, we standing there. Kyle was there. My boy Raymond was there. And Raymond saw U-God walk to the movie theater. So Raymond like, hey, yo, you go, what's up, baby? He like, yo, what's up? Hey, yo, Joe, what's up? I'm like, oh, shit, this motherfucker knew my name. A Wu member knew my name. That shit fucked my head up. Like, I mean, boom, everything's great. So then, years later, I'm working security down by Newport. I got a little argument with him or whatever, right? Because he tried to be like, he said something to me, and I'm like, motherfucker, this ain't a career, this a job. What the fuck you talking to? Like, I don't go, like, yo, you a Wu member, don't talk to me disrespectful.
Who you are?
Word.
Like,
like
I don't give a fuck, yo. You one of my favorite rappers, but you know what I mean? Nah, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. I'm a hood nigga. Like, I'll smack the shit out you. I'll be that nigga in the newspaper smacking you. Don't. So after that, it was always like when they would talk about it, like, yo, you go, I'm like, man, fuck that nigga, yo. Because now I'm mad, right? So back to 2018. Damn. We out here down in New York or whatever.
Bar hopping
and shit, right? Guy was there, Kyle was there, Lou was there, bunch of us. So we looking for parking, right? And I'm driving, and it's right by Fat Black Pussycat Lounge because we always just hang out in that area. Yeah. So then there's a garage standing right next door. So we at the light, and I look over, and you guard is standing there, and I'm like, I look at these dudes, I'm like, yo, you guard right there, and they looked, and it was like, oh shit, we took off, boom, all right, whatever, we went on with our night, and then we bar hop, and then we wound up at Fat Black Pussycat Lounge, right? And now I'm fit chased. And then, so I go take a piss. Fat Black Pussycat Lounge is closing or whatever because it's late.
Pre-COVID.
So yeah, and this is 2018.
2018.
So I'm walking out.
She mentioned COVID again. Sorry.
And she interrupted me. I'm walking out. Somebody walked past me. When I get out, Lou's like, yo, your boy just went inside.
Your boy.
And I'm like, who? He's like, you got. I'm like, oh man, what up, yo? So then we standing out there talking and shit. He come out. He's staying like right here next to me, right? So I'm like, I just look over and I'm like, what up, you got? He's like, what's up, bro? I'm like, how you? He's like, I'm chilling. We talking. And we just started talking. And then, yo, that shit just led into like maybe like a half an hour, 40 minutes. Like, we just politicking with you guys.
Word up.
Cool as fuck. Coolest dude in the world, yo. Like, mad down to earth, mad humble.
He's real, man. He's a real
So then,
one.
you know, he was talking about like, yo, see, this the type of fame I like. I like the fame where people will notice you, they'll say what's up, they'll shake your hand, keep it moving. He's like, I can't do like the Eminem type of fame where they want to rip your clothes off.
Yeah. That's
remember that shit?
Yep.
So then I was like, yo, I'm fit chased. And I took the shot in the dark. I said, yo, this motherfucker ain't gonna remember me. But let me talk about it. I'm like, hey, yo, man, I met you when I was 17, bro. I don't know. I don't know if you gonna remember me. He's like, you know how many millions of people I've met over the last couple years? Like,
facts.
I ain't gonna remember. I said, all right, but let me tell you. He's like, all right, go ahead. So I was like, bro, first time I met you, you was in Saving Private Ryan. I came up, sat next, you know what I mean, got your autograph, and you commented on my Woo piece. He's like, okay. I say, second time I met you, you was coming at a Blade. Because I used to work in a movie that you coming at a Blade, you showed me with the Woo hoodie. He's like, okay. I was like, the third time I met you, you was going in to see Ronan. He's like, yo, this motherfucker saying all my movies right now. And I was like, saying no, I remember this shit, bro. You want Wu-Tang, I'm a Wu head, bro. I was 17, bro. He was like, all right. I'm like, yeah. And I was like, yo, my boy was like, yo, you got what's up? And then he's like, Joe. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This motherfucker remember my name 20 years later.
Wow.
And Kyle looked like, oh shit, this motherfucker, like, bruh, that shit blew my mind. Like, that shit was dope as shit to me.
Nah, it was a dope experience, man.
Hell yeah, yo. Like, as a Wu head, bro, like, I know he's probably not the favorite of, you know, in Wu, but I don't give a fuck.
He's one of the 9, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he gets that respect.
Yo, Capadonna get that respect too, yo. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He's the official member, yo.
Word up.
Because yo,
and respect the deck too, yo.
But no, yeah, but he's one of the 9. But they always say like Capadonna is like he's like the unofficial member.
Oh yeah.
No. He was down from the beginning.
Yeah, of course.
He just wasn't on the first album.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
I'm saying, like,
remember.
the lesser ones, like what people would say,
Oh yeah,
they're not really lesser ones.
So do you know about the story about with Dex album?
Mm-hmm.
His original album that was supposed to come out got damaged in the flood in RZA's basement.
Yep.
Lost his whole album, so he had to put out another one, and that one was subpar. I want. Oh. All right, we're gonna get to too much shit right now.
That's gonna be part 2. Check our Instagram.
Yeah,
but
as we discussed.
somewhere down along the line, we'll continue this music conversation. But
this shit was dope. I like talking about this shit.
Yeah, well, that's always something everybody knows about you, Joe. They'd be like, "Woo, Joe, woo hit." Like,
absolutely.
That's just, what you said that one time when it was elections. Like, everybody was sending you that.
Oh yeah, everybody during elections, everybody like, yo, I had my 50, 60 people who send me that. Presidents of Temporary Wu-Tang Forever.
Yeah.
Everybody, they texted to me. They sent it in my DMs everywhere. They tagged me in pictures.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
that's why I'm gonna get a Wu-Tang. I'm gonna get my Wu-Tang. Watch.
I think at the end of the day, like, even if we all don't listen, we all like hip hop because where we were born and stuff. But I'm like, at the end of the day, like, music brings people together, like with our same experiences and everything like that. And just like me hearing y'all experience, I'm like, I want to hear that. I want to check it out. Maybe it won't, like resonate with me, but I want to know, because it's like, music is trash these days.
No, and that's the importance of making good music, is because we have these memories and we have these moments in our lives that we connect to them.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad for the kids growing up now. We're like, oh yeah, remember the time like we was bumping
Fortnite,
6ix9ine Gummo song, whatever the fuck he calls his shit. I'm like, how can you attach memories and times to trash music like that? You know what I'm saying?
And even like I said, we was, I was just talking or whatever, and I mean, it's a joke, but it's for real. Like, let me see your playlist, because it's gonna tell you a lot about a person. Yeah. Like, you see my playlist is literally everywhere. I look all types of music, but then it's certain
even death metal.
Maybe not metal, but I like rock and I have some country. It depends on who it is, but it's a certain type of thing, and that's not all the time. You have those moods. Yeah. But I say that to say it'll tell you a lot about a person, because some people we can't put into words like how we feel about certain things. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's like, let me put this in a song. Yeah, let me put it in a song. So it's like, oh my God, like I really feel that way because I didn't know y'all could put that in a song, and you remember sometimes, like, you remember where you were when you first heard a certain song, things like that. So like music definitely triggers like like memories and things like that. And like I know I always talk about like my techno house people, but I'm like, that type of music, there's not really words, it's not really like a vocal thing, but like the beat and like the whole like the aura and stuff, like that brings us together.
Yeah, no, it's a feeling.
Yeah, we like to all like dance and enjoy, but then there's also that darker side where people just really, they want to just get fucked up on drugs, and people who know, like, they're like, that's not it. Like, people just come here, they want to get all fucked up, and you're not really like enjoying the true essence of it.
Right.
So like I'm saying, even regardless of the genre, like it's all that same thing. Like, that's not like, you really could taint any type of like music, but at the end of the day, like, that's something, it's like almost like a universal language, even though it's a different language, but like that.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It breaks down language barriers and geographical areas and beliefs and everything. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's why certain artists get played in the most
Michael Jackson
unlikely places. Like, have you ever heard? I think they're from Japan where they do salsa music.
No.
And it's dope as fuck.
Nah.
Yeah, that shit blew my mind, bro.
About to go another hour.
No, but I'll leave you with that cliffhanger, ladies and gentlemen.
Google Japanese salsa.
Word up.
Yeah, and speaking of Woo, you all decked out. Guy always with the come in his full gear. But I learned a lot today. I got a lot of notes. I gotta watch some documentaries. I gotta like get on the shit. I gotta get myself together.
But not just you. A lot of people that don't know.
Yeah, and if they know anything, I want them to drop.
Word up.
Comment below.
Word up. We love your feedback. So, you know what I'm saying? Hit us with a line or something. And check out the other episodes. Catch up.
So you can understand why I got balls, earrings. Peace out, y'all. Say bye, stupid.
Wait.
Yep.
go on the blog.